He's the DM, never to be victim to Kevin again.
What up, everybody? Yeah, welcome to All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show. It is Sunday night. Well, for those of us in the United States, anyways, it might be Monday where you are if you're all across the world. We welcome you to the show. We want to remind you that this show is a talk show that has aspirations to help everybody, but we want to tell you that the opinions stated on the show are not those of Smiteworks USA LLC or Fantasy Grounds or the Forge or the DM's. I should just read what it says instead of trying to improv. I messed up. I might be a little out of sorts here, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. But I do have some co-hosts with me. Let me say hello to Mr. Drake Takes. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, but I think you just ruined my Sunday by saying it's actually Monday somewhere. What the hell?
Yeah, some people are
What's
in the
up,
future.
everybody?
Some people are across the planet Earth are experiencing Monday right now. As a matter of fact, the United States is one of the last people to experience the day. Everybody else in the world's in the future. Robin, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic,
Yeah,
actually.
Robin just got a new book, everybody.
I'm having a great day. Today has been fucking amazing.
And thank you to the Garvster who just resubbed. And thank you to Winak who just resubbed. And thanks to everybody in advance for resubbing and cheering bits and just stuffing cash into an envelope and sending it to my house. I thank you in advance. Today, we actually published a new thing. As a matter of fact, it's so recently published that I just did it before the show, and I haven't had a chance to tweet it or even put it in the Discord yet. I clicked publish moments ago, and I'm going to tell you what it is right now. If you are, Robin, you'll like this. If you are a Cobalt Press fan and you
Yes.
have the Tome of Heroes module,
Yes.
you now have all of the coding
Yes.
for almost 500 codes for the Tome of Heroes module is complete.
Amazing.
Keith Langley of Team Twohy spent 9 months putting it together.
Amazing.
And so it's finally published today, and you can go and get it, everybody. Boom.
Now somebody needs to do Vault of Magic.
I think he's going to do that next.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, I think Keith said he's going to do. Yeah, because I seem to remember him calling it VM. So yeah,
it's VOM, but okay.
Whatever he said.
Acceptable.
we don't trust my memory.
I don't know if you guys have noticed in the Dragonlance game, I've actually, like that little table I have you guys roll on for magic items has a lot of stuff from Vault of Magic in it. So
does it? Oh, nice.
We need the codes like snap snappity do like
yeah,
yesterday.
It's not going to be anytime soon.
Because you guys are going to start getting even more powerful magic items.
See, that is the problem with running like the latest and greatest adventure is all the third-party stuff is behind. So.
Yeah.
That's why Curse of Strahd is going to be fun because there's so much crap out there and I haven't ran it yet. I'm going to be like,
True.
yeah, look at all
That's
this stuff.
true.
Look at all this stuff. Look at all this
yeah.
stuff.
Because, like, as soon as Vault of Magic came out, I use my own personal loot tables, as you guys are aware. You've seen them. So, like, the first thing I did was when I got Vault of Magic for Fantasy Grounds, I went into my little personal loot tables module and added all that shit to my loot tables. I was like, oh, I got to use all this stuff because it's great. It's Kobold Press. They make awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Hire me, Kobold Press. Okay. Thanks.
Hire Robin. I agree. I second that motion. Meeting adjourned. So he has actually included things you might need in there as well. So a couple items, some NPCs for different stuff. If you know, like if the spell says you get a spirit guardian or whatever. You know, I don't know. I didn't look at it too closely, but what I did do is make sure it all works. So it's all there, everybody, and you can get it and use it. Thank you. I think there's not really much more to say about it. And you know, the spells, I mean the codes, you guys all know how the codes work, so it's all just the same stuff. Like if I open it here, let me open a brand new character, just a blank character, and I'll drag a couple of these over. Just
Ooh, he did the class stuff too. So
yeah,
not just spells, but
no,
all the
he
class
did
stuff.
all of everything. Everything's coded, yeah. So it's all there. It's all
I'm impressed.
yeah, it's all crazy in there.
Because I didn't do that for Deep Magic.
Well,
Someday.
I mean, if you go back and do it, we just up the price. That's what we
Yes.
we do.
Or
Yes.
yes, someday. We'll figure it out.
Messy Fresh has just sub 11 months in a row. Thank you, Messy. Yeah, Messy
Nice.
Fresh. Thank you in advance for stuffing cash in an envelope and sending it to my house. Oh, I said that already. Okay.
I see
So-
Renax earlier.
You did
Resub.
what?
Garvster. Resub.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, Garvster and Winak. Is that as you say? I say
I don't know.
Winak. Am I
How do
saying
you
it wrong?
pronounce? Oh yeah, Winak. How do we pronounce your name? I don't think I've ever asked.
Is it win like I win the contest, or is it ween like wiener? Which one is it?
Oh, win.
Winak,
He says
Okay,
Winak.
so it's not
My
wiener.
bad. Wow, I'm calling him like a
We know where your
wiener.
mind is, Robin. You want to go to the wiener. So, you guys, I don't know what else to say about this except go buy it. I mean, it's it's just like all the other coding packages, except for it's not. I mean, it's the new stuff. So but keep in mind, I must say, keep in mind if you do get it, and it clearly says it like in big giant red letters, you must own the Tome Press, Cobalt Press Tome of Heroes. I said I was a little out of sorts. Which you can click here and it'll take you there and you can get it. It's $50. So if you spend 50, spend 15 more and get the codes. Why not? I mean, if you're gonna spend 50, spend 65. Oh, converted
Yeah,
by
I
Linda
mean,
Booth. Never mind.
$15 to have it all done for you, though. I mean,
Oh, you
True.
can do it yourself. you can do it yourself. I stress again, it took Keith 9 months to do it, so
I just charge my players more, when they get on my table.
yeah, that's right. We have a
Side
coding
note.
table, so say that
If you
again, Rob?
think, I was just going to say, this is tangentially related because I do think Cold Press's books are kind of expensive, but I get it. Their stuff is really good though, so I think it's worth the money. But I
And
will
there's lots
say,
of art, and I love their art.
yeah, and their books have way more content per book than WotC books. That's a fact. Like not even an opinion, it's fact. But anyways, I was gonna say if you think like that maybe their books are too expensive, because I totally get that. I can't buy them all the time either. I'm not rich. My suggestion to everybody watching the show, if you like Kobold Press stuff or want to check them out, follow them on Kickstarter because when they do books through Kickstarter, like the next new book that comes through Kickstarter, for example, they are actually cheaper to get when they do their Kickstarters than when they go to press, right? So like if you back the Kickstarter when they have a Kickstarter up, usually the books are only about $40 or in some cases they're $30. So it depends on the book. And then when that book goes to press, then it's $50. Does that make sense? So if you're interested for future Kobold Press books, follow them on Kickstarter. That's your pro tip for the day.
There you go. That's
There's,
good. That's
there's
good.
also another good tip too, is just be a player on a table that has all that stuff already. That's a good one too.
Yeah,
Messi says that backing on Kickstarter requires patience.
it
Yeah,
does.
But if you back something on Kickstarter and you have to wait for it, or you can just wait for it and pay the higher price. So why wouldn't you? I mean,
True. That's
Yeah.
true. And I get that. But like Cold Press always delivers too. So like I have no problems backing a Cold Press Kickstarter where I have been burned on Kickstarters in the past, but they always deliver. So like I don't mind because I know what they're coming out with next. I've backed it, etc. And then when it shows up in my email that like, hey, your downloadable content is available, I'm like, ooh, nice surprise. And I think sometimes backers get them like a day before everybody else gets the like PDF purchasable, etc. So I could be wrong. That could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure backers get them like the day before they are actually available for purchase to the public. But anyways, it's worth it.
And there you go. So now,
I have. That is true.
Let's just go
Dude,
see. Let's just go see how
sometimes
many
when Amazon
Kickstarters-
shows up, I'm like, it's Christmas because I don't even remember what I ordered.
Yes.
Let's go see how many
That-
Kickstarters Rob has done.
I have gotten like a box delivered that was like from a Kickstarter. Another company I really like supporting is Cobwood Publishing. I'm sure you guys have heard of them. They do a lot of monster books. Anyways, so like I'll get a package
Not
and
that
it's a
smart.
book and I'll open it and I'm like, I don't remember backing this Kickstarter, but apparently I did.
Oh yeah, are you talking about Andrew Kaywood?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I know
yes,
him.
yes.
He's a great guy. I know
He's
him.
so nice,
He's
like
very
such a
nice.
nice person.
Yeah, I worked with him.
I am a
about
big
5 years
fan
ago.
of his. Big,
Yeah,
big,
he's a
big,
good guy.
big fan.
So
And I'm really
let's
glad
see.
their books are finally getting Fantasy Grounds conversions. Don't know if you guys knew that, but I think Monsters of Feyland is now available on Kickstarter. Or I'm sorry, Fantasy Grounds. It's on Fantasy Grounds now. Yes. Words are hard.
I'm counting 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. This is how many Kickstarters I've done. 52, 54.
It says on your
56,
profile
58.
how many you've
Does
backed.
it? Where?
Yeah. Well,
84. I'm old, you guys. I don't know the new ways of the internet where I can
like
tell you
click
the answer.
your little
It says
face.
84 right here.
Oh, yep.
I just saw it.
I don't
Yeah,
don't
see, I
have
knew
that problem.
Kickstarter tells you. On mobile, it's way easier to read because it's like center and underneath your profile icon. But
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
saw this or don't remember seeing this.
yeah,
So I've done 84 Kickstarters. I got burned on a couple, no names, GeoQuester. And
So I get burned at 2/3 of all mine.
really,
Yeah.
whose
here's
Kickstarters
some
are
ones,
you backing?
Here's some
Well,
ones
I
that
just
didn't.
put it in chat, so
Oh, I see.
2/3.
2/3 I get burned on.
So, so I did one. No, well, no, it doesn't count. So these don't count down here. Where did it go? The ones that don't fund, I'm not counting those as getting burned because I didn't lose money. I got my money back on those. Which, if it doesn't ever fund and you don't pay, then you're not getting burned. What I'm talking about is the one you have posted here, the Grim and the Wicked. And
Let's
I
see,
did-
I've only done 3, so my odds are a little different, right?
Yeah. So I did this Kickstarter comedy with a K crowdfunding thing. I did it just to see how a Kickstarter would work. And
Oh,
and
wait, that's yours?
yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
And it was a good idea, but I only got I think I needed
Me.
10
I think it was
people to
just
do
me.
it. No, I think I got 6 people to do it, but I needed 10. And it was like $1 to do it. Or you could do more, but I think, I don't know. Do you remember? Here, let's go look at it.
Yeah, it was like $1 or something.
Let's go look at it.
It was just to play.
Kickstarter comedy crowdfunding. Unsuccessful. Oh no, I needed I got 10 backers. Wow. Maybe I set my goal too high.
Look who backed it too, right up at the top
$100.
there. JP.
I thought about doing a Kickstarter so
That's
I could
funny.
get art for my book that I'm about to publish, but then I was like, nobody's gonna give me money up front to get art for my book, so I'm just using stock art.
So it was $3 or $5 to do it. Those were the only choices. And oh yeah, you can see who backed it here, I guess. Well, I know that's Ted, that yellow little man. That's Ted. But anyway, it was an idea to publish a joke book that you could be a part of. I don't remember what I did. Let's read it. This will be a joke book created by the backers. If you want to contribute, you can send in your jokes. If you want just some laughs, you can simply read the PDF. My name is Rob Twohy. I'm a semi-retired stand-up comedian, gamer, author, creator, liver transplant recipient. I have a book on Amazon.com about comedy. Boo. The Kickstarter is meant as a collaboration. Very simple. People send in the jokes. I make the PDF. There will be some guidelines for the jokes. Original, non-copywritten material. They can be raunchy, clean, or whatever. They can be one-liner stories or whatever. No racist material, no homophobic material. Not safe for work is okay. Use common sense, be funny, but not hateful. The book will also be available on Amazon.com. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
That's what I've... Risks are minimal, as far as I can fathom. The only risk would be if the project doesn't fund. And it didn't.
Here we are.
It says I've backed 85.
2 plumbers walk into a bar.
I've only got
I want to hear the rest of it.
I've backed 34.
And then I just received one a couple days ago. But anyway, Kickstarter, everybody. So what are your questions about Fantasy Grounds? we got into the tangentials right away. We didn't even wait. Oh, does it count my own Gorby doll? Okay.
That's just how we do things around here.
That is how we do it. So if you guys have questions, if there's anybody new in the chat, first of all, welcome. If you've never watched the show before, what we're supposed to be doing is answering your questions about Fantasy Grounds. So if you would like to ask us a question about the software package, you can certainly do that. I kept it
relevant. I was talking about Cobalt Press, thank you. And I did say to follow them on Kickstarter.
And then I heard there were Kickstarter and went apeshit. So, if you guys have questions about Fantasy Grounds, feel free to ask them, and we shall demonstrate, i.e., and or answer your question, etc. None of that made sense.
Etc. Did you say etc?
Etc.
Ooh, Drake's toying with me. He's pronouncing it etc. with the K sound.
I think he was asking if you said it that way.
No, I did not say it that way.
My
brain won't allow me to say it that way. As a matter of fact,
etc.
I'm such a grammar Nazi with that kind of stuff that I have to stop and concentrate really hard to say things wrong, like nuclear. I have to concentrate to say it that way.
I hate that one. My least favorite one is when people missay the phrase "for all intents and purposes." They say "for all intensive purposes."
Yeah, it's like the purposes are really intense.
For all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For all intents and purposes.
That one drives me crazy. I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah. Oh, there's a video. There's probably hundreds of videos on YouTube of people just busting chops on people that misuse or mispronounce stuff. And if you, the reason I like those videos is if you watch any of these videos and you are a person who does these things, you will be made to feel small and ignorant and stupid.
Yes.
And I love videos like that.
Yes. There's a person who does it on TikTok and makes really great TikTok videos. So he'll film it where he's talking to himself and the camera angle will change, so he's left person, right person, basically. And he the right person says all these things incorrectly. And then the left person gets increasingly angry with it's fucking
is it
hilarious.
The black guy with the gray beard that wears a stocking cap?
No.
Oh, I don't remember his name,
Caucasian, as far as I
he does as far as you can tell. He does such great videos.
It's hard to tell with some people.
And he comes on. Oh, I told you the story about Sanford and Son, right?
I don't.
In relation
it doesn't
to what
sound
we're talking
familiar.
about. So when I was a kid, one of my favorite shows was Sanford and Son, but one of the TVs we had was a black and white TV. So DeMond Wilson, who played his son Lamont, is so dark skinned, and Red Fox was light skinned, that I didn't understand the conceptual meaning of the show when I was 6. I knew they were father and son, but I thought Red Fox was a white guy.
Oh.
And I was 22 by the time I found out he was black.
I see.
And people go, yeah, but don't you, it's father and son. And, but we had a mixed race couple across the street from us. So to me, anybody in the family is a different color. It was all normal to me. It didn't, so everybody, so then I get to college or the army or somewhere. Somebody goes, what do you mean Red Fox is white? And I go, yeah, it's a white guy. And they go, what the fuck are you talking about? And then they go and they prove it to me somehow. And I'm like, oh my God, I totally thought he was white the whole time. You big dummy. I'm coming to join you, honey. I'm having a heart attack. I've been watching Sanford and Son reruns.
Heard of this show.
Oh, it's a great show. It's fun to watch now too, because it aired from 72 to 79. And some of the subject matter, same thing with All in the Family and Good Times and Maude. they would never make shows like this now because too many of the fucking woke fuckers would get all upset about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they they
Yeah.
call attention to racism and stuff like that.
I see. That's cool. I've been rewatching Stargate. I don't know if you're familiar with this franchise.
I am familiar. What's up? What's
But
up?
I
Find
fucking
the
love it.
lost. Finds the lost. What's up?
I used
am
to love
familiar
it
with-
so
Hey,
much
get down,
when I was
kitty.
younger.
I saw the
Yeah.
movie in '94, and then my
I
best
love the
friend,
movie.
from childhood has seen all the SG-1s and all the Atlantises and all the everything and all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't so like when I was younger, the only one I was aware of was SG-1 and Atlantis. Like I had watched the crap out of those growing up because it was always on TV. It was always like an episode of Stargate SG-1 would air, and then an episode of Atlantis would air afterwards, and then after that it was some other sci-fi show that I can't recall the name of, and they called this like block on the network that it was on was like sci-fi. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So I used to watch it all the time, and then I recently learned, yeah, that there's not new. It's new to me, but it's probably not new to most of you guys. Stargate Universe. I had never heard of this. I didn't know it was a thing until I was browsing on Amazon Prime Video, which is where I've been watching it. And I saw it and I was like, what the hell is this? Stargate Universe? And then I realized, oh, I kind of need to rewatch everything in order to watch this. And then there's also like Stargate Origins, I think it's called, which is a prequel series that I didn't know what the fuck that was. So, anyways, yeah, I watched the movie in like 10 episodes yesterday, and I just remembered how much I love Stargate. I fucking love it. Love it so much.
So there's Stargate, Stargate SG-1, Stargate Atlantis, Stargate Universe, Stargate Origins, Stargate Infinity, Stargate The Arc of the Truth,
I've
Stargate
seen that.
Continuum,
Those were direct to
and
video movies
yes,
or direct to DVD movies.
and I heard a rumor that, and I'm not a, my friend's been trying to get me into Stargate and the Goa'uld. Yeah, I can't do it.
Oh,
The
I fucking love
gold.
it. You should watch
So,
it. It's so good.
I heard rumor that there's going to be some new Stargate thing, and Richard Dean Anderson will be involved, is what I heard.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
love it. It's good. It's great.
I just remember when Stargate came out that Jay Davison, who also did, he was the main character, one of the main characters in Dun Dun Dun, Jim Carrey's plunging his face and throwing up, this the Crying Game. And then he did like 3 movies and disappeared.
And I was thinking Ace Ventura.
Yeah, that's what. Remember when he was plunging his face to the
Yeah.
sound, and then Boy George's song, Dun Dun Dun, the Crying Game, because he kissed Lois Einhorn and she's a man.
Your
Oh
gun
shit,
is
you guys.
digging into my hip.
There was a D&D Fantasy Grounds question in chat. I'm so sorry we missed it.
Oh my God,
Finds
let's
the
do it.
Lost.
Oh,
I am
wow.
so sorry. I hope you're still here. I'm sincerely sorry. But Finds the Lost asked if we use or talk about different systems. So I assume you know that like 5e is kind of like our main system that we play around here. But we have on the show talked about other systems. We've given like crash courses on the other rule sets that you can get for Fantasy Grounds. We've done like what Vampire the Masquerade, Powered by the Apocalypse. I think we did once. What's the one that what's the one that Schmo runs all the time? What's the name of that system?
Shadow of the Demon Lord?
Shadow of the
Yeah.
Demon Lord. We've shown that off on stream before.
We are gonna talk about that on July 30th.
Yeah.
On July 30th, so 3 weeks, sorry, 2 weeks from today. So we're gonna showcase that. Gwydion, who is one of the authors of the modules for that, not of the system, but of the Fantasy Grounds version, he's gonna be here and help us talk about that. Stargate and Leroon, who is Fantasy Grounds Academy in the chat, he'll be here that day too to close out Founders Day weekend. So we've talked about 5e almost exclusively, but
yeah, it is like our main
Pathfinder,
the one we
I mean,
mainly play.
we touch on, and then if people have questions, because my personal gaming experience is that I pretty much just play 5e. I have played other systems. I played Pathfinder 2, second edition,
Did
and
you
not
did you do Vampire the Masquerade with us?
I no, but I've played it in person with people, and it's just not my cup of tea. But the GM that I played with is older. He's like 20 years older than me, and so he's real old school, right? He's like in his 70s or whatever, and his whole thing was all he cared about was, okay, you got to draw your character now. Make sure you got some bare-breasted women, and he didn't really, he just was looking for an excuse to have like drawings of naked women. But I'm not a vampire guy. Like I can't. I'm upset that the Twilight series even exists. Like it's very bothersome to me. And I used to live next door, not next door, but on the same neighborhood as that Jennifer woman that wrote those books in Arizona. But that Jennifer woman, I don't even know her last name. So yeah, and what's funny is I've so trained my brain to memorize the rules of 5e so that I can do what we do on on our games and everything, that I can't.
What
like,
mod from the Forge did you load? Finds the Lost?
Yeah, that's what I had to Genesis Star Wars. Oh, is it like an entire rule set that you got on the Forge for that game system?
Genesis Star Wars on the Forge.
Yeah, so if you're having an issue with like a Forge made available rule set, usually what you can do is on the Fantasy Grounds like website, you can go to the forums. And a lot of times the people who make those rule sets, because they're community made rule sets, if it's on the Forge, right? It's not an official rule set. Often they'll have a dedicated forum thread made by the author of that rule set, for example. And if you're having issues with it, usually you can reach out to the author like straight that way through the forum post for that specific rule set.
Yeah, like,
does that make sense?
If he's talking about this, by the way, Robin, I do want to. So here's the forum thread. I'll link this in the chat for you.
Oh,
There it
that's
is.
great. Yeah, I love it.
Genesis
Oh yeah,
RPG
okay, cool,
rule
cool,
set.
cool.
So yeah, go here and ask about it, because we certainly wouldn't. But Robin, you did just a slight correction on what you said. That
Sorry.
You said that if it's on the Forge, it's not an official rule set. There are official rule sets on the
Oh,
Forge.
I was
Yeah.
not aware of that. I'm
Yeah,
so
so,
sorry.
like,
I didn't mean to.
That's why I wanted to make sure people didn't
My
freak out.
apologies. Yeah, sorry.
Like, one of
I
them
just
is,
assumed if it was on the Forge that it was community made. My apologies.
Of course, I can't think of an example, but what's that? I even have the book for it. What is that?
That's interesting. So Smiteworks is releasing some rule sets on the Forge?
Well, right, like, oh god, I wish I could think of the name of it. Does anybody give me an example in the chat?
More? That's
No.
not official, though.
So it's nothing that you know of that's already been released.
C&C Castles and Crusades?
Oh, Castles and Crusades, is that one?
That's on the Forge?
Well, wait a minute, let's find out. Oh, Castles.
I think because it uses the ampersand.
Yeah, so Castles and Crusades Player's Handbook. Yes. So and there are others. I wish I could
Celestian
remember
also
the name
says
of that game.
OSE, Old School Essentials.
Old School Essentials is the one I was trying to come up with.
I see.
So and why are they on the Forge as opposed to in the regular store? That I don't know the answer to, but I just know
Or
that
just
they're
included with, like, you know how
Yeah,
like
see
there's
here.
some rule sets that are just included when you install Fantasy Grounds? Why aren't these that way if Smiteworks made them? But see, it
Well,
says it's by
these
Necrotic Gnome, so that leads me to
they're
think that
independently
it's
done, right?
so they're
they
community made.
well, but they're official.
But they're community made.
No, everything is community made. I mean,
Okay,
unless,
let me clarify. Okay.
Okay.
Did Smiteworks make them? A Smiteworks employee make them?
Well, Smiteworks employees don't make most of the Wizards of the Coast ones either, so that's not a good argument.
Is that true?
Yeah, like who's the guy? Zacchaeus makes all those.
He doesn't work for Smiteworks?
Absolutely not.
Are you
He's a
kidding?
No,
contractor.
he doesn't.
Well,
He
today
never
I
has.
learned. Oh, but he's a contractor, so he was
Well,
paid by
but Robin,
SmiteWorks
there's
to
like
make it.
250 contractors. I'm one of them.
Okay, but they're paid by SmiteWorks to make them,
No, they're
make the
paid
rule
commissions
sets.
for sales. You get nothing to make it.
Okay, so I see.
Now,
But SmiteWorks asked them to make the extension for the rule set. Correct.
Yes, as does
Okay.
apply.
All right. So now we've arrived.
No, you haven't arrived because that
That
is
makes it
also true of
officially
Old School
developed
Essentials
by
and
SmiteWorks. Even if they're using a contractor to do so, it's still developed by SmiteWorks, released by SmiteWorks. SmiteWorks probably also owns the code for that rule set. For example, Pathfinder or
okay,
5th
but
edition.
you're making distinctions that are not
No, because
distinctions.
these ones are made by community members, not through SmiteWorks, not through any sort of agreement with SmiteWorks. Correct? That would be the distinction I would make.
Read what
The-
Leroon just put in the chat.
There was a business decision to migrate from the store to the forge. The community develops the forge content. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but okay, I don't know how else to word it. If you're not buying it through the SmiteWorks store, or if it's not included with your purchase of Fantasy Grounds, then it is not a SmiteWorks thing. If you're getting it through the forge, it is made by a community member. Therefore, a community developed extension.
Well, okay, I see what you're trying to say. The only reason I'm fighting you on this, fight me. The only reason I'm trying to clarify is the connotation of the statement you initially made, which was if you're buying it on the Forge, it is not a Fantasy Grounds official product. That's what you said. I don't know if you meant to say
But that's
that.
true.
But it is official.
But it's
And
not.
Community members make the name anything that Doug himself hasn't done. Unless Doug himself did it, it's all made by community members.
I disagree with you there, but
no, but I'm like, so name any WotC module made by Zacchaeus, a community developer, one of 250, of which
right. But that's a WotC module.
Okay, name a Pathfinder module.
But that's a Pathfinder. I don't see why that has to be. I don't understand why you're getting at.
So you're because what you said. I don't want to fight with you, Robin. But what you said made it. But okay, let me just. The reason I even brought it up is so that people. No, but just so people aren't confused.
I understand.
Well, it's and plus now we have to go. Now I have to have a sidebar conversation on what is the definition of a fight, because. Where two people have opposing opinions, and it won't be solved until one of them goes, "Okay, I see." Then that's a fight to me.
Yeah, but we're not angry at each other.
No, not
angry.
at all. Not at all.
Okay, see, fighting to me involves anger.
Well, but you're married. I'm not married, so I don't know about that.
But I don't fight with my husband at all.
I like it.
We have a very healthy relationship. No, we just have a really healthy relationship, and we don't have a problem disagreeing with each other. It happens. It's normal. It's natural.
Clip it. All right, listen. So, anything that's official can be in the SmiteWorks store or can be on the Forge now too. And all things that are official, unless Doug did them, because he's the owner of the company, right? He's the only other person that isn't a developer per se. But all of the developers that make stuff on the Forge or that make stuff in the SmiteWorks store, including me, I have 56 products in there. They're all community developers. There's 250 people. So none of them are SmiteWorks employees. So
but they sign a contract to
right. I have a contract
for
You're,
SmiteWorks.
You are an independent contractor. That's right.
Yes.
But there's no difference between being an independent contractor for the store and being an independent contractor for the Forge. They're pretty much the same thing. Why would you disagree?
I disagree with you there. I don't know. I think it's just really hard for me to articulate what I'm trying to say because my intention is not to make anybody angry
instead
whatsoever.
Instead of spending another 30 minutes on it, we can drop it. That's fine. I just want people to be clear that if you're buying something on the Forge, that doesn't mean that it's not necessarily official. Because you see Old School Essentials, we saw Castles and Crusades. Those are official rule
I see what
sets,
you're saying.
not sold in the store.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So like the person or people who made the OSE extension had the permission from whoever is the author of OSE to make the extension. Correct? That's what
Oh,
you're saying.
absolutely. Yeah, you can't just go making stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
I
Right.
understand that. You guys, I work in the same industry as you do. I
Right.
totally understand the
Now,
need for
Leyrun may be able to
licensing
shed a
and
little
all of
more.
that.
Leyrun may be able to shed a little more light on the reason why. I don't know the reason why it is.
Rule
But
set. Yes, Celestia. I did misspeak, but hopefully you guys are all understanding what I'm trying to say.
now, why OSE and Castles and Crusades and others were not published in the store, that I don't know. I just, there was a business decision, as
Yes, I
Leyrun
see.
said. But
I
there,
understand.
you
We're on the
guys
same
shouldn't
page now.
you guys shouldn't confuse people that are watching the show. You shouldn't confuse the fact that there's two different marketplaces. They're both legitimate. It's just that the Forge is mainly for people creating their own material and not really having to get a highly scrutinized contract with Smiteworks. They can just sort of sign up to be a crafter, and if they get passed,
Right.
then they can publish there. But
I mean, yes, it is true to say that most things on the Forge, there has to be, like the people making the things on the Forge have to be abiding by rules by the other companies that they're making products for. For example, if we put things on the Forge, we have to abide for 5th edition. We have to abide by the OGL for 5th edition, right? That is
Right.
a fact.
that is a
So
fact. Yeah, you
you
can't. That's why
should
we
be
have.
aware that there is a lot of third party, like actual third party. This is where we're in the third party content on the Forge.
Right.
That's us.
And
We're
the
third party
reason, yeah. So, for example, today I published the codes for the Tome of Heroes. Robin has the codes for Deep Magic on there.
Mhm.
Those are on the Forge. Why? Because you can't put them on the DM's Guild. Because, well, Deep Magic was on the DM's Guild. That's a whole other story. But yeah, anything that's not 5e Wizards of the Coast cannot go on the DM's Guild. It has to be Wizards of the Coast and only Wizards of the Coast. And they have a monopoly, and they don't let anything else on there, and you'll get sued. I don't know about the last part, but I was just trying to be dramatic. Store is partially governed by. Oh, right, yes, and that's the other thing to remember, and probably why you might see OSE and Castles and Crusades and others appear on the Forge is that when you publish in the Smiteworks store, you also have to abide by the Nazi regime known as Steam, because they publish everything on Steam simultaneously, and Steam has certain rules. They don't allow stuff, and nobody's ever been able to figure it out. But that's why they might tell you, like, if you email Doug and say, hey, I'm going to make this thing, can I put it in the Smite Restore? He might say, ooh, we have to put it in the Forge because, whatever, we don't know. So there's a lot of intricate shit going on behind the scenes, everybody. Bottom line,
And
see
and
something
I
like,
made this
buy
for
it.
you, Rob. I
Well,
made this
it's
for
up to
you.
you, dummy.
That's Red Fox. That's up to you, dummy.
You're a monkey-faced, fat-bottom gorilla.
That is him. That is him. I love it. All right. Did we miss a question? We got the one guy.
Probably.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, Celestian. If you publish on the Forge as a publisher, as the developer, if you publish on the Forge, you have control of updating it, and you probably make a little more money. And also, if you publish in the store, it's a nightmare to update stuff, and you don't make as much money. But I think you probably have a wider audience. There's a lot of like if you wrote down the pros and cons of publishing on the Forge versus the store, if you even have the opportunity to put it in the store, then yeah, there's a whole list of why to.
That just stresses me out so much because I'm about to be in that predicament, like really fucking soon.
Yeah, because if you put it in the
With
store,
my book coming out, yeah, like I really want Smiteworks. I want to contact Smiteworks and have them do like an official module for it. But
Yeah,
like I'm a
you
fucking
can.
nobody. Why would they do
Well,
that?
no, that's not
You know
true.
what I mean?
I mean, everybody. I mean, who's to say you're a nobody? You're not a nobody. You're one of the.
No, I'm like actually a nobody.
No, but
I'm not.
You're, so
I'm not MT Black. You know, I'm not
let me
Keith
run this by you.
Langley. You know
Uh,
what I'm saying?
there are approximately 250 people or so. Last time I checked, there could be more now. That publish with Smiteworks. Can you name 5? No, because everybody's a nobody.
No, that's not true.
Well, you can name me. Who else can you name?
Repeat the question.
I said there's 250 or more contracted community developers for Smiteworks.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name? Well, I was going to say, can you name them all? But realistically, can you name like 10 of them?
10? Probably not. And
why
especially because I
can't you
don't know
name-
their
why can't
real
you name
names.
all of them?
But like
Like,
I
if
know
I
there's
said-
Zacchaeus and you and the lady that does the Kobold Press
The
stuff.
lady
Linda,
that does?
Linda, she's like the only lady I've ever seen credited
but
in
Linda-
the
Linda,
Fantasy Grounds
wait a minute.
stuff.
listen,
Linda
wait a minute.
Booth,
Wait,
I think is her name.
Technically, Linda Booth, technically not a community developer. She works for Cobalt Press, right?
Yeah, but there's some sort of contract in there because she does all of the Kobold Press
Well, but
conversions
Robin,
now.
the reason I think you. So I'm trying to stay on the main point, which was you said you were a nobody, and I'm trying to prove that you're not.
But I
Because
am. I
there's-
mean, in the publishing world of D&D's things,
But you're
I'm
not,
nobody.
because nobody's a nobody. Anybody who wants to publish something can do it. You don't have to worry that they're going to be like, show me your resume or what
Okay,
have
well,
you
your
done?
definition of nobody and my definition of nobody are obviously not the same.
Are we fighting? Are we fighting?
No, not at all. We just
My definition of
disagree. There's a
fighting-
difference.
Since comedy works in threes, we have fighting, we have nobody. Let's come up with a third one that we don't agree on. Then that'll be the rule of 3 for comedy.
We disagree on what the definition of fighting is, obviously.
No, but I said fighting and
Oh.
nobody, and then we need another one.
I mean, you like The Princess Bride.
Oh my god! Well, now see, you're just that was a bad battle to pick. Is there anyone in the chat?
Oh.
Is there any person in the chat who does not like the movie Princess Bride? Doesn't count if you haven't seen it. If you've seen the Princess Bride and you didn't like it, jump on Robin's side in the chat, because I don't think we're gonna get any responses here. It's meh.
I would admit, I think the first time I saw it, I didn't like it. I will admit that.
I saw it in the theater with my girlfriend, who begged me to go see it. And I was like, "What? This is."
I
a
had to
bullshit."
watch it
I loved
again
it.
to really like get the stuff right. Most.
So
of
we've
it.
got a couple mez, but nobody said they hated it.
I can't even bear the thought of watching that movie again.
Did you see the whole thing all the way through?
I did. I watched the whole thing all the way through because you and everybody else I know in my whole entire life has been like, "Oh, you should watch this movie. It's amazing."
That's a good
I
impression. of
wouldn't
me.
call it
Lies.
amazing. I wouldn't call it amazing.
And you all lied to me. It was
Now
terrible.
you got here's the other thing to keep in mind that we fairly didn't talk about is that a movie that came out 40 years ago is different than a movie that comes out now. So
Mhm.
40 years ago, it was way more amazing than it might seem now. Like if I watched it today, I'd be like, that was funny still. But
Lord of the Rings, the first movie, Fellowship of the Ring, came out 30 years ago, and it is eons better than,
you can't compare-
galaxies better than
you can't compare those two movies. They're night and day. They're not even the
Princess
same.
Bride. Yes, you can. I just did, therefore proving that I can compare those two movies. They are not apples to oranges. They are both fantasy movies. Thank you very much.
No,
Did
no.
you see History of the
No,
World
wrong.
Part 2?
Hold on. I say that Princess Bride is a comedy, not a fantasy movie.
It's a fantasy comedy, sure. Comedy. That's being
Romance
very
adventure.
generous.
Romance
It's a movie.
adventure. What? Who wrote this? Romance adventure. I mean, yeah, romance. Okay. but
True love. You know,
True. As you wish.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
I like that guy.
Wallace
I'm glad it
Shawn,
wasn't Gilbert Gottfried.
He's like 95 now. Oh, 79.
I love
was way
Wallace
off.
Shawn, actually.
He's only 79?
Yeah, I
They
thought
are
he was.
peaches to
You know what it
apples.
is he plays characters on TV and they give his age and they always say he's 85 or 90, but he's not.
Right.
He's only 79.
Like in Sheldon's thing, he's like 100 or something.
Yeah, something. But
It's a mockery of the genre.
Robin
I love
Wright,
it.
not a fan. Never been a fan.
Not a fan.
Oh,
I
Street Cam
did-
got called. He's calling you back.
Oh, Street Cam. Let's do it. Oh yeah, somebody did redeem Street Cam. My bad. I did see that, but we were in such a heat, and that was Notham.
I mean, any movie that has Andre the Giant in gets like another tick up, right?
Right.
Isn't that?
Street Cam, kind of boring today. Oh, I'm glad you. This reminds me though, and I was going to ask you especially, Drake. Robin might not come close to this. It was 100 here today. What was it? What was everybody's degrees today?
It was like 84 or 85 here.
Yeah, that's about Chicago-y.
Yeah, well, I
Probably
mean,
like the high today was probably like 93, maybe. It rained half the day.
I hope you all
with
know.
rain.
I live like an hour away from Chicago.
Right, but
So,
but
I know,
weather,
I know,
weather
I understand.
systems.
I live
know.
closer to Wisconsin than I do to Chicago, but
I'm gonna
sure, yeah.
I'll say that in the future. Then I'll say Wisconsin.
It's fine. It's really fine. I'm just joshing you. I tell people all the time I live in Chicago because if I say
It's
where
just easier.
the town I actually am from, nobody's like, where the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
Notham, where are you? 102. I know what you mean. So the reason it's so odd that Albuquerque. So I saw on the news that it was 110 in Phoenix or more 15 days in a row. That'll fucking kill some people.
Well, it's 43,000 degrees Fahrenheit on Jupiter's center today. So the planet, not the town.
Have you guys ever seen that meme where it's the planet Alderaan and it's 79 degrees, 81 degrees, and then 15,000 degrees when it blows up? That's just funny. I already swapped my DTRPG agreement and non-exclusive. Oh yeah. So the reason it's because Spokane, Washington is not known for having major heat. Getting over 100 here is not super rare, but it is very uncommon. And so it's going to be like 99 or 98 for like the next 2 weeks here. It's fucking crazy. And I don't go outside. That's how I handle it. Although I am going to go see Mission Impossible on Thursday. Thank you. I wasn't going to go see Mission Impossible in the theater, you guys. But I made the mistake of watching Mission Impossible 5 and 6 yesterday. So now I'm all jazzed up on Mission Impossible and I have to go watch it.
I just saw The Way of Water or whatever, the Avatar one, and I have to say, I think it made the first one worse.
Oh no, don't say that. I want to see that
Right.
movie so bad.
Yeah, no, I think it made the first one. I think the second one sucked so bad that now I'm disappointed in the first one a little.
That's really disappointing to hear. No spoilers, no spoilers. I might still watch it.
Yeah, Celestian, I did see the new Indiana Jones. I did with my buddy Tommy that came in from out of town from LA. We went and saw it. That was a fun time. I'd give the new Indiana Jones movie a B+ or a strong B+ or a weak A-. It wasn't perfect, but it was fun.
Better than, as good as, or worse than the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Ooh, see, again, you're comparing. See, what you want to ask me, like, was it better, worse, or the same as another Indiana Jones movie?
No, because I don't give a shit about that.
So,
I, as you all know, really loved the D&D movie. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's my opinion. I fucking loved it.
So my story about the D&D movie is this. I went to see the D&D movie in the theater unplanned, and I made the mistake of doing that on a whim when I was 150% exhausted. I had not got any night's sleep the night before. So I fell asleep about 6 times in the D&D movie and was super pissed. And it wasn't because I wasn't enjoying it. I was literally exhausted.
I was so tired.
Then
I got that.
It came out on Paramount Plus and I watched it and I'm like, that is a fucking awesome movie. I loved it.
I loved it.
And so is the Indiana Jones movie better or worse or the same? I didn't fall asleep in the Indiana Jones. No, that doesn't count because I was.
That's toxic.
Um, I would say I had the same fun. I enjoyed the same good feelings on both of them equally. I would say that's my
Okay.
just
My
without thinking about
son
it too hard.
saw it. He took his girlfriend to go see it, my teenager. And he came home and he seemed pleasantly happy with his experience of seeing the Indiana Jones movie. And like
Hmm.
I have
I
watched a
bet.
few Indiana Jones movies, but I don't think I've seen them all. I don't even know how many there are. Um, so I'm not like the biggest Indiana Jones fan, right? But I do like a good adventure movie. So like I'd be willing to see it. I'm just trying to
The one with
gauge
the
if it's worth my time, right? Because I don't watch a lot of movie. You guys know this about me. I don't watch a lot of movies. So like is it a movie I should see? You know what I'm saying?
Did you see Spaceballs?
I have seen Spaceballs, but it was so long ago that I don't really remember much about
Don't
it.
rewatch it.
Well, I think it would be on the list right either above or just below Princess Bride on your
Yeah,
list
you would hate
Indiana
it.
for you.
Jones?
No,
And
Spaceballs.
oh, I see, I see. I was asking about Indiana Jones. I understand.
Oh, you haven't seen Indiana Jones?
Indiana
The new
Jones
one.
still has
Yeah,
to
I haven't seen the
apologize
new
Oh,
to
one.
me
oh,
for
I
the
haven't either.
nuclear-proof fridge.
I didn't like the alien skull one, whatever that.
Nafum, was that a nuclear bomb or was that what I
Uh,
think was an atomic bomb? It wasn't a nuclear
Spaceballs
bomb.
is so silly.
I don't remember which indie movies I have seen. I've seen the one about the Ark. What was
That's
that
the
one
first
called?
one.
Yeah, I've seen that one. And then the one about like the crystal skull
That's the
something.
worst one. That's number 4.
Yeah.
That's the worst
I've
of the
seen
bunch.
that one. I think those are the only
What about
Indiana
the one
Jones
with
movies
Sean
I've seen.
Connery in it?
I haven't seen that one,
Oh,
That sounds
shockingly.
pretty good.
I honestly, Robin, I think you would really like
That one? I
that
mean, I
one.
love Sean Connery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I love Sean Connery as an actor, not as a person. Let the
right.
record
Yeah, I
show.
got you. I'm the same. He's a
well, it
woman
also
beater.
starts off with River Phoenix in the beginning of the movie
Don't
too.
tell
So
her.
yeah,
Oh my God! Fuck. You're banned
what?
from
She
the show for a
can.
month.
I heard nothing. I heard nothing.
All I said was who's
I
That's
don't
in
no.
have
Don't
any
the
say it
context
again.
the
for
Don't fucking.
this.
Say,
actor.
all I said was the thing I'm about to say, which I don't want. Rob doesn't want me to say.
All I said was an actor that's in the movie.
No,
Yeah,
but
I don't
you.
have any context
Yeah.
for
See,
this.
I get in such huge fights with my best friend of my whole childhood because he'll do something like
Thank you,
that.
Gorvidal.
He'll say I like to go into movies knowing absolutely nothing. I'm okay with whatever materials in the trailer if the producers want to give me the information that they put out in the 2.5 minute trailer. I'm okay with that. I still rather would not know. And my friend will do that. He'll go, this movie coming out, and he'll name 4 actors. I go, don't tell me who's in it. And he goes, well, all I'm doing is telling you the actors in the movie. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to know anything. And
So
So
it
it's
doesn't
okay
bother
to
me.
say that Sean Connery was in it, but not the other guy, right?
No, but
Oh,
right,
oh,
because
oh.
because you didn't just say that. You started to say, I had to cut you off, but you started to say what his position or what his thing in the movie
No, I
was going to
wasn't.
be. Well, that's what I thought it was
No, I
gonna be.
wasn't. No.
All right. Well, evidently, both of my co-hosts today want to fight with me. You guys.
We're not fighting.
No, we're not fighting.
We can fight about whether it's fighting.
That's true.
Wait, that's a brain fuck.
That's
Like,
a
it's a mind
conundrum
fuck.
or a paradox. So, but I'm like that. Like if you go read the rules of my Discord, it says if you give any spoiler of any kind, this is for people that come in and that are brand new and might not know to don't give the Seahawks score game in my channel. I'll ban you forever if you spoil anything for me. But that's just because I'm a huge emotionally upset wreck about anything that anybody ruins for me.
Yeah,
And
I try
other
not
people
to
don't care
spoil
about that.
things too.
That's the thing about my best friend is that he doesn't care about that. You can tell him the entire plot of the movie. You can give him every single stitch of information, and he can still watch it and enjoy it. And I'm like, no, I gotta know nothing. I have to know
Yeah,
nothing.
so there's this TV show on Apple TV, I think, called Silo, that's based on a series of books
Seen
that
it.
I have read. I have read all of the books. And so when the show came out, I was really excited to watch it. And I was like, my husband would love this because he loves like post-apocalyptic stuff. He likes sci-fi, like he really likes that kind of stuff. So I was like, "Hey, hubby, watch this TV show with me." Selfishly, because I wanted to see the TV show if it was as good as the books. The books are pretty good. They have some things I don't like about them, but that's neither here nor there. So we're watching it. We get to the last episode, and he still has questions. He's like confused by the ending. And I was like, well, I can't answer these questions for you because they are spoilers. So now he has to wait 2 years for them to make the next season to get the answers to his questions.
Is it going to be 2 years?
Allegedly. So from what I understand, they did start filming the next season, but I don't know if you're
Oh,
aware or if you live
actors and
under a
writers
rock.
strike.
But there's,
Yeah.
yes, the WGA
I'm
and the
aware.
SAG-AFTRA are on strike right now. So like, who the fuck knows? But like, actors aren't acting right now and writers aren't writing. So, and by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but this is the first time since 1960 that both
Ah.
writers and actors have been on strike at the same time, and more power to them.
That's amazing.
Because
I was just going to say, does anybody
fucking
know
love
this
that they're on strike right now. Good for them.
I'm in full agreement. I used to be in the business. It's funny that you said that. I was just going to say, does anybody know the trivia question when the last time the Writers Guild and the actors were on strike together?
1960.
I was just going to ask that.
I have a question. Why is bleach $6 a gallon? I just got
Because of the writer's strike.
Right.
Inflation is what everybody on Earth will tell you.
$6 a gallon for bleach.
Why were eggs $6 for 12? Like not that long ago. Why was
Well,
a
I
carton
can-
of eggs $6?
I have a
I
perhaps
can
more.
see
Inflation.
I have
the
a
chickens weren't laying or something, but
I have a. That's
No,
true.
that's not why they were.
That was part of it. But I have a more important question, Drake. Why are you buying bleach, Crime Scene? I want to know what your reason is that you need this bleach.
Because-
needs bleach.
I bleach my whites.
Bleach is an amazing disinfectant. I
Of
don't know
that.
if you know this. It's great
Isn't that
for
the
a lot.
only answer you say you do with bleach? I bleach
Crime
my
Scene.
whites.
Clean up the blood.
Yes,
from the
bleach
murdering
isn't
department.
good enough for a crime scene. Trust me. I watch way too much.
Trust me.
Trust me.
This is getting out of hand. How many people have you murdered, Drake? Just be honest. Tell me. We're not on stream. It's fine.
Like,
Don't answer that. I'm not your lawyer, but don't answer that.
I message I use mine every day. Don't forget the
none.
duct tape.
Isn't that the
none?
right answer?
You murdered a nun? Jesus. See, that's funny. That's common.
Did you know if you take bleach and ice cubes and put them down your garbage disposal and run your garbage disposal with bleach and ice cubes, it will sharpen the blades of your garbage disposal and disinfect them, so your garbage disposal won't smell as bad. If you have like a smell issue with your garbage disposal, you're welcome.
I did not know that, and now I'm gonna have to go buy some bleach. And it's $6 a gallon.
Damn, me using the file down in there trying to sharpen those bitches.
Sticking a nail
You
file
can use
down there.
other cleaners besides bleach. Like I really like Dawn Power Wash. I think it's the best cleaner that you can fucking buy for your house. You can use vinegar. Yes, it is less toxic. Vinegar is also a really, really good
I'm not using
natural
bleach. This shit's
disinfectant.
expensive. Gasoline's cheaper.
Like
Just
if you have
don't use
problems,
gasoline.
right? The only thing I use bleach for in my house, by the way, is my toilets because I think that like toilets must be bleached, but it's a germ thing for me. I think toilets are fucking disgusting. So anyways, I use bleach on my toilets, but everything
You know
else I
what?
use
I don't know that you're
vinegar.
gonna get anybody to disagree with you that toilets are disgusting. I
Yeah,
think
they're
that's
fucking gross. Have 3 sons and then come talk to me also.
bleach is only $4.52. Not even for a gallon. A
Well,
gallon is
I was
64
talking like
ounces.
Clorox,
Oh, okay, Clorox.
but there's Clorox right there.
I also use vinegar instead of fabric softener. By the way, fabric softener is terrible for your washing machine. Don't use it. It's also bad for your dryer and you can start fires. Don't use fabric softener. Use vinegar in your wash with your clothes. It does not make your clothes smell like vinegar, and
Well, I
it will
threw a
make your
pot
clothes
in
soft.
and a pickle.
And
Is that okay?
it will also disinfect your clothes. It will help get rid of some stains, not all, but vinegar is you can replace a lot of shit in your life with vinegar. Do you have stainless steel appliances? Clean them with vinegar and water, like diluted vinegar. Don't use straight vinegar on your stainless steel. You'll ruin the finish. But diluted vinegar is an amazing stainless steel cleaner. You're welcome. Can
So,
you guys
Drake-
tell I'm a housewife? Like,
Yeah, you're a housewife. So Drake, $6 a gallon, $6 a bottle, but a gallon is 64 ounces, so you're getting 81 ounces here. But
Oh, are they bigger than a gallon? Okay, so
80
a
81
jug
ounces.
then, a jug
a
of
jug, yeah.
gallon.
Now, how much was it before? Like, was it considerably like?
I
was it
remember
$3 or
$1.
$4? $1.
Yeah.
So now we say, "Hey Google, why does bleach cost?"
I mean,
so much?
Maybe like the last time I bought bleach was like $3, I think.
So they're saying COVID increased the demand. That makes sense. Because people were
Well, yeah,
wiping
you
down
remember
their
when you
fucking
couldn't even
mail.
buy it, but that was like forever ago.
It takes a while to recover though, shit like that.
yeah,
Top
I mean, remember
reasons-
when you could get like baking soda for like less than $1 a box for the little box, and now they're like $2, $3? Everything is expensive right now.
Mm-hmm.
Chlorine and bleach, same thing.
Oh, it's
Things are-
summertime too.
things are
Yeah,
coming
so
back down,
chlorine's
too,
gonna be
though.
up
Yeah.
because of pool things. People need
Mhm.
chlorine for their pools.
I was like, gonna have to give up on bleach and mayonnaise. It's like $8 a jug for mayonnaise.
Try vinegar instead of bleach.
Vinegar on my
Price gouging could be a thing,
Instead
you guys,
of
but it's
bleach,
hard
not
to prove.
instead of your mayonnaise.
vinegar doesn't
Don't.
get your whites white though.
It
it's hard.
does.
It's hard to prove price gouging if every single business is doing it. Then you
So
can't
how
really
much is
prove
a
it.
gallon of vinegar?
A gallon of vinegar, where I live, a gallon of vinegar is like $1.50, $1.60.
Vinegar?
But I don't buy it by the gallon. I buy
Wow,
the
like-
giant fucking jugs. Oh, $3.50. Oh yeah, but that's 120. That's a
That's like-
gallon.
That is a gallon.
How
I said,
many?
I said a gallon was
Yeah,
64
that's a
ounces.
gallon.
No,
Yeah.
it's 128.
No, that's it is 120. That's 1 gallon. Yeah. Why is it so expensive where you live? Yeah,
I don't
distilled
know.
white vinegar. That's what you need in your house. It's so fucking amazing. Use it for everything. Stainless steel
I used
cleaner,
it in my. I
countertop
mostly
cleaner,
use it in my coffee
fabric
pot.
softener. Yeah, it's great for cleaning out your coffee pot. Are you
Mhm.
kidding me? It's amazing.
Coffee.
You just
Bunch
run,
of
you
coffee
run
drinkers.
like
I'm
you
surrounded.
tell it to brew a thing of coffee, but you put vinegar in there instead of water, and that shit will be clean.
It has a distinctive smell when turned on though.
You know what? It is funny, like Celestian and Leroon are on about price gouging. I'm not saying it's wrong, but what I am saying is
It is wrong.
no. I'm not. I didn't mean to say that price gouging as an act.
Oh, I
isn't
see.
wrong.
I
No,
understand.
meant-
Yeah, no,
I meant to
price
say that
gouging
they're-
is
I
wrong.
meant to say
Thank you
that
very
I'm not
much.
saying they're wrong.
I
I'm just
got
saying
you.
they
I
might
got
not
you.
be
I got
right.
you.
But the problem with price gouging is this: if things are being price gouged and everybody thinks that, then don't buy shit. Just don't fucking buy it and watch the price come down. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
you need to get like
but-
60% of people to get on board with you on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, sometimes you can't just not buy toilet paper. You know what I mean?
Yes, you can. You can get a bidet like I have and never.
Yeah,
I've
but
bought
that also costs money, and
Right, but
significantly
what's-
more upfront money than buying a roll or pack of
Yeah,
toilet
but
paper.
So you know that old thing, Robin, where if I gave you $1 million today, or would you rather have a penny doubled every day for a month? Which one would you choose?
I would rather have a penny doubled every day for a month, easy.
Exactly, because it ends up being like $5 million. So why
Over
not
a month
spend
or over a year?
over a month? You double a penny 30 times, it's like $5.3 million. Not pennies. So here's the thing.
But it's zero copper. Just saying.
One penny
Zero.
doubled every day for 31 days leaves you with $10,737,418.
Right. What did I say? I said 30
Yeah,
days,
sorry.
not
So
31.
I had to Google it because I was like, 31 days? Really?
You don't believe it?
No, now I
but
do.
most people would take the $1 million on day one.
How many
No.
pennies is that? Just saying, that's a lot of pennies. Damn.
Well,
That's a lot
what's
it is a lot of
5.3
pennies,
million?
but
It's
yeah.
like 503 million pennies.
I mean,
So
I would take the million because I'm not rolling all them fucking pennies. I
listen,
tell you
what my
that right
point
now.
is, if you spend $300 on a bidet now, you never buy toilet paper for the rest of your life. Now, for you guys, it'd have to be more than one bathroom, I guess. But how much do you think you spend on toilet paper? Let's look it up. I don't know how much toilet paper costs now because I haven't bought it since 2019. Okay, how your family goes through how many rolls of toilet paper? This is getting into the woods now. But just, you don't have to answer out loud. Just think about it though. So if you're spending $13 for a week's worth of toilet paper, 10 weeks, that's 130. So in 20 weeks, in 6 months, you pay for the bidet. Boom. Scott, order a bidet. Did those guys hang up on me? Hold on. I don't hear them. Are you guys still there? Oh, that's so funny. I thought you guys just respond. Okay. Oh, wait, now I hear you guys.
Oh,
yeah.
now we can hear you. Oh
That's
my gosh.
funny. You guys weren't there and then you were, but I was saying, are you there? Did they hang up on me?
That's fucking hilarious. You were like, and the thing is, and then we
thought
didn't
you
hear
hung up on her.
anything. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. We
Yeah, and
just
there's
had our
cheaper
own
bidets too.
conversation.
Celestine's right. You can get a $70 bidet if you want to get one that's doesn't cost that much up.
No, I was looking. There was a $400 one. I mean,
Oh, you
I
can
think-
go crazy. You can go up to $9,000 or something for those Japanese.
I think the
toilets.
I want
$400
yeah.
one like softly taps your ball sack dry or something. I don't know what it does, but
I want the one that talks to you. Like,
your balls are dry.
No, mine
we're
has.
done here. Thank you.
Brrr.
Please come again. I want it to talk to me. There is a talking
You
bidet
have
out there.
been
I want it so bad.
sanitized.
Yes, I have.
So, but I guess if you couldn't hear me, my point was you can probably, just a rough estimate, you can probably pay for the bidet versus toilet paper cost in 6
Oh,
months.
for sure. Yeah, and like toilet paper is terrible for
Yeah,
the
but you still use
environment.
toilet
terrible
paper
for
when you
your
have a bidet.
bit.
You got to dry your ass off with something. What do you
No, you
use?
don't.
A towel?
No, you don't.
It's got a
Not when you
fan.
use a bidet. Yeah, they have like a
And I'm
little
gonna be-
air.
I'm gonna be
mine
real
doesn't
with you
have
guys
a
right now.
fan. It just squirts water on my ass.
Celestian.
I'm gonna
I
be
would
real
get
with you
one
guys
if
right
it
now.
sprayed vinegar.
I'm gonna be real. This is keeping it 100 right now. Sometimes when I'm on the bidet and it's finished a wash is what the official name for it is, and the fan is going, I'm kind of too lazy to wait for the fan to actually dry. So I just get up and walk away, and that little teeny 1 or 2 drops of water that's maybe left on the bottom of my ass is absorbed by my underwear. Big deal.
Yeah,
Thank you.
well, it's different when you're a lady, right?
They got
Like,
front wash, Robin. They got front wash.
No, I understand that, but like we can't leave too much moisture
Right.
there because that's how like certain types of infections occur that women are very prone to. So like from what I do understand though, the bidets they like rinse you and then dry you.
That's right.
That's what I fucking want
They got
and
wash.
need.
Here,
It's
let's-
so
Well,
much more sanitary for you too versus
There's
using
a-
toilet paper.
There's a couple of problems innately with those. Where do you plug them in, right? That's the biggest problem. Because there's not usually an outlet near your toilet. You got to
Correct.
stretch it.
Yes.
So you got to
Well,
get an
then
electrician to
you
put an
just
outlet in.
Borrow my
and-
husband and he'll, put a new fuse in your fuse box and run you a new outlet. Like my husband does.
Oh,
my
well,
husband
you
does
don't have
that
to
shit,
do
so-
that.
You don't need
just-
a new fuse.
Well,
This is what I have.
Yeah, you could just tie
sometimes.
into
Okay, sorry.
another outlet.
When
but
we
yeah.
built our swimming pool, we had to put a new fuse
Oh yeah,
in the
for
fuse
sure.
box, and we had to
If
run a
you've
new
got a
line
bidet
like
that needs its
outside.
own dedicated line, you got hooked
Okay,
up.
well, still, my husband knows how to put in outlets, so I'll just
It's like
fly him to
got its
Florida,
own full pump.
and he'll do your bidet for you with your new outlet.
So this is the one I got. I'm not being paid, and I got the round one.
The
and-
BB2000.
The
It sounds like
bio-
something from freaking RoboCop.
No,
Oh
it's
yeah,
bio
maybe they
bidet.
make battery operated bidets where you just change the batteries.
I'm sure they have them, and I did.
Yeah,
Spend,
they
I
have
was-
one.
I did
They do.
spend almost. I spent. I think this is the price I paid. So I went a little beyond what you need to do, but.
I want it.
But I will never. And if I find myself out in public panicking because I need to go to the bathroom, I'm like, how close am I to home? I got to be able to get there. Like I won't, I mean, I've used the public restroom, now and again, but I'd say in the last 4 years, I've used the public restroom maybe 10 times tops in 4 years because no. And I'm like, do I even remember how to wipe my ass? I don't even know. That's ingrained, by the way. When you're a little kid, when you come out of the womb how to wipe your ass. It's already done. Maybe that's not true.
That's
potty
not
training.
true.
Robin's like, I've potty trained 3 kids.
Yeah, and 2 of them were easy, and one of them was hard as fuck. Actually, all of them are relatively hard, though. And I have friends that have only daughters, and they're like, "Oh, our girls were so easy to potty train." And I was like, "Well, shut the fuck up. Thanks."
Oh, I'm still knocking wood.
Apparently,
knocking
boys
wood.
are harder because they want to pee standing up, but they have to sit to poop, so it's like harder on their brains to like wrap around potty training. I guess that's what I understand. I don't know, whatever. My kids, when they were little, especially like my littlest one, he's 5, they love peeing outside. Like, that's the best thing you can do for a little boy is like, just let him go piss on a tree.
Little boy, what are you talking about? did that yesterday. I'm just kidding.
They fucking love it. I don't know what it is about their little boy brains, but they're like, I get to pee outside, mommy. Yeah. And they fucking love it.
It's because it's taboo. It's against the rules, right?
I don't care. They pee
Man,
in the
I need to go
backyard,
pee
whatever, who
outside right
cares?
now. You made me want to go pee
I'm gonna
outside.
go. My neighbors, when you guys get the call to bail me out because I'm peeing in my front yard. What was I gonna say? Damn it! Crap! I forgot.
We lost it.
We lost it. It wasn't about that either. Yeah, it was kind of about that.
Yes.
What I was knocking wood about is I know it's not the same as human children, but I count myself lucky to be. I have 2 cats, and I brought them home the first day, and I took their little paws and I scratched them in the litter robot, and they've never not gone inside the little robot anywhere in the house ever. So
that you know of.
That I have found yet. And guess what? I'm pretty sure that if they did, and it's more than a couple hours, I would know because you'd be smelling it.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm in the bowl for fuck's sake.
Sorry. I was just commiserating. Because I have 3 boys, right? The bathroom issue is, so we have a downstairs bathroom, like guest bathroom, whatever. And then my boys have their own bathroom that's in between their bedrooms upstairs. That's their bathroom. I don't fucking use this bathroom. I refuse. I still clean it though. Okay. And because all 3 of them use this bathroom, it gets disgusting. Like, I hate it. My middle son is the worst. He has the worst aim. I don't know what it is, but there's always like pee on the side of the bathtub wall or pee on the floor. And I'm like, how? I don't know. You guys literally have something to hold and aim with. How does the pee go anywhere but inside the bowl of the toilet? I don't understand it. I don't understand. I'm not equipped with
Well,
the
there's
same
not
thing,
a
but
scope on it, right?
I thought you guys
Sometimes
can
it's
hold it and
leaning or
aim it.
it's twisted sometimes, or it's stuck to your leg.
No, because sometimes,
Stuff
Robin,
happens.
Sometimes, Robin, you have to clasp your hands behind your head and lean back. That's why.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what happens is when boys pee, especially young little boys, they don't pay attention and they don't hold it and they're looking around or playing on their fucking phones or whatever the fuck they're doing in the bathroom instead of holding it, aiming, peeing, and being done. And you know what I mean? Like, they're just in there, I don't know, doing helicopters or something. Like, whatever you boys do with your things.
So as a man who's been alive since before cell phones were a thing, and so I've had a cell phone for as long as you can have one, I have never stood and peed with my phone in my hand.
I feel like that's
Now,
dangerous.
I've sat down
but if
with
you
my
want to
phone in my
know,
hand.
Yeah, I
when
mean, I
pee
know,
gets
like,
all over my toilet is like in the middle of a sneeze while you're peeing.
That's true.
There's no stopping. There's no
Yeah.
aiming.
from what I understand, like 90% of men shit and use their phones. Like, while you're shitting,
now
you
if you're
use
talking
your
about
phone.
sitting down, I almost exclusively have my phone.
Yeah,
What are you
which
gonna
is
do?
I don't.
I used to-
unfathomable to me.
No, me
I
too. I'm
generally
like,
don't take my
why
phone
is your
into the
phone
bathroom.
where there's poop?
Yeah,
No.
that's gross.
Oh, but you
I
guys,
don't-
you,
yeah, I
you
don't
guys,
take
no,
my
no,
phone
no.
to the bathroom.
You guys know that
Generally.
show MythBusters. It's not on anymore. But do you guys
Yeah.
are you familiar with it?
With Adam, no. I'm
Yeah, with
thinking
Adam
of Adam
and-
ruins everything.
And
No, no, no.
Adam and
yeah.
okay. So that one of their shows was they left a toothbrush.
Mythbusters, yes.
Mythbusters. They left a toothbrush on just in a cup on the back of the toilet, and the other toothbrush, after they brush their teeth, they put it in a baggie with a rubber band about it and put it in the kitchen. And after 30 days, they tested it, and they both had the exact same fecal matter on the toothbrush. So saying that the bathroom is disgusting is not a real argument because it gets everywhere.
Wow. The bathroom that my boys use is disgusting.
That might be a different story. Now, my question, Robin, is how old? Aren't they old enough to clean their own bathroom by now?
Yes, but so like here's the thing, okay? And a lot of people will disagree with me, and that's okay. Because I know I'm like a really forward-thinking person, but in this one particular way, I'm not. And it's just a character flaw that I have, and I accept this. But because I stay home, I don't work, I feel people can shit on me all they want. I know this is super sexist and super backwards thinking, but I feel because I don't work, my contribution to my family is to clean the house.
No, I
Okay.
I don't argue that. But
And so that's
but
what I do.
what I would say
do
is
that.
teaching your children self-reliance and
I
responsibility.
do.
And
My children have chores. They have chores. I just don't make them clean the bathrooms. And I think it's because I like the bathrooms to be clean. And when my kids have cleaned it, it's not clean enough.
it's dirtier than when they started.
I
You're not
mean,
supposed to
but
pee
that's
while you clean.
like
Yeah.
right.
You
And
have
like
just smeared the fecal matter evenly everywhere. You haven't cleaned it.
and I have taught them like how to clean. Like they know how to mop, they know how to sweep, they know how to clean countertops, they know how to clean the toilet bowls, and they do clean their bathroom. Like if I ask them, if I go upstairs right now and ask them, I say, "Hey, can you guys clean your bathroom?" They will do it. So like my kids aren't, spoiled fucking brats who have never done a chore in their life. Like they have daily chores they do, et cetera, et cetera. But still, I think just my brain works this way because I don't have a job. I don't generally monetarily contribute to my household. I contribute in other ways, and that's by cooking and cleaning. As backwards as that fucking is. However, my husband does cook like a lot and also cleans. So like he's not some like dude who just goes to work and comes home and doesn't help around the house. Like he's fucking amazing. I've
Well,
talked
he's a
about him
superhero
all
is
the
what he
time.
is.
Right, yeah. So like he likes grilling for us on the weekends, and like he makes amazing burgers, and he cooks. So it's not always just me. Like we have a pretty equitable marriage, but I do try to keep the house up. Like I just feel like that's my way to contribute to my family. That's it. That's the
When
story.
when I was a teenager or about then, sometime preteen maybe, I asked my mom, when did you put me to work? And she goes, when you were 5, I started giving you chores. And I go, how did you come to that decision? And she said, Mr. Rogers said you can start working your kids when they're 5. And I was like, that fucking Fred Rogers. God damn it. He was my hero. And now he fucking put me to work as a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had me
Yeah.
vacuuming when I was 5. I mean, I kind
Oh
of
yeah,
liked
my
it. It was
kids
fun.
vacuum. Like, and for me, it's more of like if I ask them to do it, will they do it? But they also have like things that they're supposed to do every day. Like, I hate doing dishes. I fucking hate doing the dishes. So guess who does the dishes in our house? The kids do.
Yeah.
But I just don't like dishes as a chore. I'm not a fan of doing them, so our kids do the dishes. And that's fine. I feel like it's good. It's good enough. But like on days, for example, like I am not like a clean freak. I don't know. I don't like my house is not spotless 24/7. It's not like that, right? Our house gets messy. We have 3 kids in here. It gets fucking messy. So like if for example, we're going to invite our family over for like a weekend barbecue, we have a swimming pool, so we invite our family over all the time. So then we do what we call like, Zoom cleaning, where we like clean the whole house,
Yeah.
top to bottom, make it sure it's nice and sparkling clean so that everybody can come over and not feel like we live in filth or whatever. We don't,
Right.
but you get what I'm saying. So like my kids always help for all of that. They'll do vacuuming, they'll do dusting, they'll wipe down countertops, they'll do more than they're expected to do as their daily chores. Like my 15-year-old likes vacuuming, my 11-year-old likes mopping. Like they're weird, but they like doing those things, and that's fine. I feel like that's fine. I feel like they're going to be adults who know how to clean their own homes. They're not going to leave this home and like live in squalor. Like I feel like they'll know how to clean their homes. They have plenty
I
of
don't know.
examples.
I
They've
learned
helped
how to
out
do all
around
those
the house
things, and then when I
plenty.
got my own place, I don't fucking do any of it.
And that's totally fine. There's
But
nothing wrong with that.
that's just being a boy, probably.
If I could afford a maid, you best believe I would pay for a maid to come clean my house. We just can't afford it, so It's fine.
Yeah. Whereas me, the flip side to that is I have a house cleaner. She comes once every 2 weeks.
Sorry,
But
that's what they should probably be called. Yes, house cleaner.
It's not a matter of can I afford it. It's I would, if I had to, I would give up driving. I would give up eating. I would give up anything else to have that.
To keep your housekeeper.
To keep my house
That's
cleaner, yeah.
fair
Because
enough.
and what's funny is she went on a big vacation, so she's not coming the whole month of July, and so I'm sitting here trying not to mess shit up in my house. You know, it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm a single
That's
man
funny.
who's but
Luckily, you live by yourself, so I imagine your house doesn't get messy.
no,
like,
it doesn't. It
hardly
doesn't
ever.
really. The things that get messy at my house are the floors from the cat's feet from the litter. It's kind
Yeah,
of
that makes sense. Yeah,
This
we have the
fine
same issue
this
where
fine
the cat
sand
boxes
everywhere.
are. Yep.
And then
We have the same issue.
I have a dishwasher, so I don't mind loading that. I don't mind doing.
No, we
dishes
have a
that way.
dishwasher. I fucking hate it though.
But yeah. So just the bathroom would be something I don't want to clean.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I am a firm believer that like people should clean their toilets every day. Is that feasible for most people? Not really. So like my mom, for example, they have about the same amount of people that live in my mom's house, and their toilets, in my opinion, are not up to my standard. And I was like, Mom, how often do you clean your toilets? Because it's not looking great. Like, I had to use her restroom once, right? And she was like, oh, we clean them on the weekends. I was like, once a week? What? Once a week? But that's the thing that's like a hang up for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really picky about the toilets, and only the toilets. The rest of my house is messy constantly. My living room covered in toys right now because I have kids. You know what I'm saying? And like, everybody in my house likes blankets. So we always have blankets everywhere. There's like 4 blankets in my fucking office right now. Just there's one right here on the back of my chair for no reason. Because I like blankets. So I have blankets everywhere. And then there's dishes in the sink because sometimes we're too lazy to do the dishes. You know what I mean? Like, I live in a normal house. My house is not spick and span clean. And I think it's normal. That's it. Just
Yeah, I would say
normalize
that's
that.
normal.
Yeah.
Sounds normal to
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
So let's recap. Mix vinegar and bleach and put in your gas tank because it's the same.
No,
as
don't do
gasoline.
that. That's dangerous.
Oh, that isn't that what we said?
Don't
Okay.
mix vinegar and bleach. Chat and viewers and listeners, do
Vinegar,
not
bleach, and gasoline.
mix
Yeah, don't.
vinegar
don't,
and
don't.
bleach.
I thought
ever.
we said that that's the same as gasoline. or cheaper
No,
than
do
gas. I don't
not
know what
do
we said.
it. You will die, probably.
The other thing we
Don't
said
do it.
is don't have kids. That's what else we said. And what
Yeah.
else? Did
No
we say?
comment.
We said no comment.
And if you do, don't have boys because they pee everywhere. So
Yes,
there.
them boys, they'll get
So
ya.
yeah, if you have kids, don't have boys.
Yes, daughters only.
Good
I don't
luck
know
on
why
controlling
in the
that.
Middle Ages, like, sons were so valued. Fuck that. Have daughters.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so just even thinking about even entertaining the thought of becoming a parent just scares the living shit out of me. But then, would you want a boy or a girl, and why? As a person who's never been a parent, you'd say, oh well, I want girls. But no, you want girls until they're dating age. Then you don't want them
Right,
because
that's what I hear.
now you have to murder young men.
That's what I hear.
If somebody
teenagers.
asks me, I want adult.
Or-
That's what I want. Is my kids to be adults.
it's always kind of been my dream that I'd get a knock at my door and some 35-year-old person would be like, "Oh, I'm your son." or
I'm your
daughter."
son.
That would be
yeah.
great. That would be awesome.
Hey, do you play D&D? All right.
That is kind of a secret fantasy I have. I don't know how many women, that I had sex with unprotected in my 20s that this would be possible, but nobody's knocked on my door yet, so.
Interesting.
And I did 23. I didn't do 23.
Did
but
you
I
ever
did.
donate to a bank? Spank bank?
This bag.
Sorry.
Not
It's
officially.
I don't
That's
even
not
know
an
if we have a
appropriate
spank
term.
bag.
You don't mean on the wall outside. You mean in a tube,
Right,
officially,
like-
right? This is
No, I mean,
Yeah,
like, you can,
You know,
you
what?
know,
A
donate.
Kleenexes? What are you talking about?
No.
Dude?
I mean,
Oh,
like,
Robin,
officially donate.
Do you know the place where you donate sperm? That is not a spank bank. What a
I
spank
know.
bank.
I realize that now in retrospect. Okay, that
Do you know what a
I know
spank
what
bank
I
is?
do know what a spank bank
Okay.
is. Yes,
Does everyone
that's like
know
a
what spank bank-
man's or a person's collection of things they like to look at when they do that stuff on
But
their
only
own.
in your head, only in your mind.
Oh, I thought it was like, like on your
yeah, you
computer,
put
it's
it
like all
like
of
you
the
see
videos or
It's the
pictures.
vault, right? It's the spank vault kind of in your head, right?
you see
I'm storing that for later. Click. Yeah,
you
I got a
see
good
I'm
shot of
trying to
that
come up
ass.
with a
Guys, I don't live under a rock,
you see
okay?
Anna de Armas in a bikini and you say, "Oh, I'm putting it in the spank bank." That's how
Oh,
it's
but
used.
you're saying yours is like kept in your imagination, like in your
Yeah, it's in your
mind.
mind.
You
Yes.
don't keep physical. Wow. So I've always heard of it as being like actual physical, like on your
Oh
computer, for
no,
example, like
called
videos,
that's porn
pictures.
vault. That's porn vault.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have one of those. You don't need one anymore
I
because
wouldn't
Oh, my
know.
life.
you can call it porn
Wouldn't
at
know.
will on any form of electronics at this
You could
point.
pull it up on your Apple Watch. You could be like,
Ooh, I don't think
porn.
you can do that. I try to get videos on my. You can't get YouTube or you can't get
Rob's
anything on
gonna
Apple Watch.
Rob's gonna be at the grocery store. Wait, you don't go to the grocery store. He's gonna be at the drive-through, and his phone's gonna go off. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah!
So a certain form of that did happen to me. So there was when I lived in Los Angeles, there was this radio team called Conway and Steckler, and the Conway was Tim Conway Jr. was Tim Conway's son was that guy, and the other guy was Doug Steckler, and they had a best of tape that they put out one time, and one of the tracks on the tape was just a woman doing that, right? So I pull up to the drive-through, and it wasn't porn, but that tape started playing while I was ordering my food. And the guy on the speaker goes, I ordered like something that was obviously like a burger and fries or something. That was it. And the guy goes, "Do you want anything else for the other people in your car?" And I'm like, "It's a tape, it's a tape." And then I drove around and it was just me. And he goes, "What was that?" I go, "Oh, it was this." And I pulled the tape out.
They're gonna need some fluids after that one, buddy.
You guys need to
You should get
rehydrate
it
in there.
super fast.
He was like looking in the back seat, like, "Where's those girls I heard yelling in there?" That was funny.
Aw,
So it wasn't porn, but it was close.
yike.
Conway and Steckler. That was one thing about LA that I did like was listening to their show, but it's not worth.
Oh, that
my money.
reminds me, Rob. I put that stuff for the Giants into the Saturday. You got to make a hoochie thing coming up for the
I
social
gotta make,
media
gotta make
stuff.
a hoochie thing?
A hoochie? Did I hear that
I watched
correctly?
Is that Spank Bank? What's going on?
the slideshow thing.
Oh, okay. Hoochie means something
Oh.
totally different where I'm from.
To me, it means whatever context clues are around it. It changes.
No,
I
hoochie
just throw
means
that in.
a whore,
Yeah.
a prostitute.
A hoochie? It means a whore?
Yeah.
How do you spell
Where
hoochie?
I'm from, California, the great state of California. I'm a 90s kid, so use
A
that.
young woman who
that's
has
true.
A
many
hoochie
casual
is a
sex-
prostitute
See,
or a
without,
whore.
without knowing
thought
it,
it was
I
a
would have
hat.
said hoochie is a term for vagina. Is what I would have thought it was.
No, hoochie. That's like a whore, a loose woman.
Hoochie. Hoochie.
I'm not saying these words are okay, by the way.
Hey, it's in the dictionary. Anything in the dictionary is fine, as long as you explain it.
Can
Like,
you
I
use
would
it in
never call
Scrabble? It's
someone a
fine. It's fine.
hoochie. Can you use hoochie in Scrabble as in the Scrabble dictionary?
Yeah, hoochie mobile, right? It's okay. Rob's googling stuff. I can't see.
Is
What is he
hoochie
Googling?
in the word in the Scrabble dictionary? Shelter traditionally used by soldiers.
Yeah, but
Well,
you're
that's-
spelling it wrong. You see,
Oh,
you're putting a T in
I
there.
put a
There should
T
be
in
no
it.
T in there.
Right.
Hoochie, the next answer down, is a valid Scrabble word.
A promiscuous woman.
Huh.
12
You know-
valid words. What is this? 12
You know, they
valid
say a lot of slang does new slang does originate out of California. I don't know why. Because probably there's a lot of people there.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a big state, lots
What
of
is it?
people.
The second largest state or something?
But I
First
mean,
largest?
also you have to think of like Hollywood culture,
Population-wise?
right? Like, so
Oh.
whatever famous people
Second.
do, people in the rest of the country, especially young, impressionable people, will emulate that behavior. So if they see like famous people and they're, TMZ runs a thing of how they were talking about somebody was a hoochie, all of a sudden that word becomes popular
I
all
just-
across America. Not
I just want to
just
see what my freaking Amazon search browser is going to be tomorrow, and I'm looking at it. All these hoochie hats and hoochie glasses.
I know. I need to mute the mic on my phone because now I'm gonna get ads for like I don't know Ashley Madison or something. Is it even still a thing? Probably not.
Hoochies. Some self-proclaimed hoochies.
So
What are you doing, Rob?
A little-
Okay, we're just making sure we still hear you.
I don't know what he's
a
doing.
little trivia, yeah. 1 in 8 Americans live in California. That's how fucking big California is.
Wow.
Right? And
One
the other
out of every
the
8
other-
people.
I was born and raised there.
And one of those other people also live in Florida too now, or they're moving to Florida. I don't understand.
Well, what's,
Yeah, I mean that's where all the
We're the
old
third
people go to
largest state
retire.
now. Florida's the
Yes.
third largest state.
It's where
So-
people go to
Population.
retire.
California has 18 million more people than Florida.
Wow.
California's
Wow.
39.4, Florida's 20.
Yeah, give us a couple weeks. We'll catch
Give us-
up.
A couple
Anyway.
weeks.
It's a freaking.
Amazing. We have talked about some really interesting.
It's not
shit tonight.
population either in Florida. We're not having babies. It's not happening down
Yeah,
there.
because it's full of old people.
It's probably negative. Yeah, it's
Florida is where people go to retire.
the fountain of youth.
Let's see. Most what I want to know is not I want to know like per square mile.
Isn't
New
that per
Jersey.
capita?
Rhode Island.
Yeah. Oh
I-
yeah,
I bet you Washington is
Agreed, Gorby doll.
Yeah,
Me
way down
neither.
for
there.
sure. Like
Me neither. When I retire, I'm gonna go back to Missouri. I don't give a shit what anybody says. When my husband and I retire, when I retire, as if I have a job. You guys get what I mean. When I am retirement age, I would like to go back to Kansas City. Thank you.
Kansas City, Missouri.
Or if
No,
we
the-
can
the right-
afford it, back to Tacoma, Washington.
the thing that people around here do is they just come here when it's wintertime. Everywhere else, see, they have second and third homes here,
Yeah.
so they just come through for a few months and then they leave again.
Yeah,
This
I
is
don't.
we're about 50%, maybe it's probably 40% now leave in the winter, in the summertime.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like when school is out and it's summertime, the roads are empty in the morning, right?
Wow.
There's nobody. Yeah,
See, I would think like everybody goes to Florida for the summer. Like it feels like such a summer destination.
well, I'm talking my town, right?
Your
It's
town.
not
Okay.
a touristy town, right?
I
It's-
got you. Okay.
We don't have like
Rob's
any
just
like
like Googling random
attractions.
shit.
8
Why does
reasons.
Florida suck so bad?
8 reasons Florida sucks. I know one, which is, by the way, Drake, I've had many people, like I'm talking about at least 5 people tell me that not being able to turn the air conditioning on because it'll freeze if you turn it too low is complete bullshit. Because I tell that story all the time. I go, oh yeah, we went, and then they wouldn't let me turn the air conditioning. They go, why not? And I said, oh, because if in Florida it's too humid and if the air conditioning has to work too hard, it'll freeze up. And they said, that's fucking not even true. Why would they even make air conditioners if they did that? So I've had many people refute your story.
It's happened to me in particular at Airbnbs like 3 times.
That's
In
funny.
particular at Airbnbs because I don't know why, but they're just kind of need servicing, and that happens when they're low and shit like that.
Do you know, Drake, do you know what Florida's like state motto is? Just out of curiosity. Like Texas's
E
state
pluribus unum.
is
No, that's not it.
friendship. Okay. Texas's let the record show. Texas's state motto is friendship. Okay. Just let that one.
Florida
Jesus
is
Christ, who would have ever thought that?
sunshine. I don't know.
I was just saying.
I don't
I don't know what Florida's is.
In
I
God
have
we
to
trust.
Google
E
it.
pluribus
We're gonna
unum.
find out.
Oh my God, Drake, you were right. You
Oh,
were right.
yeah, I was right. See, don't argue with me. I know
I
shit.
wasn't arguing. I just thought that was completely wrong. But you're right.
In
I
God we
thought in
trust.
e pluribus unum meant like not in God we trust. It means something else. United we stand.
What the fuck? What?
Doesn't that
The
isn't
state
that what
motto of
a part
Washington
this,
is Alki.
you know,
What the fuck is happening?
with me united something from the many one. Thank you. I wonder what I don't know what Illinois. I live in Illinois. I've been here for 3 years. And I don't know what the fucking state motto is.
The state motto is state sovereignty, nation, national union. That's white
Oh,
supremacy.
that's lame.
That's
I
white
think our
supremacy.
state bird's a
We're in
mockingbird
the
too. I think.
union. We're a union state.
So it's either a mockingbird or a snowbird. I can't remember.
Eureka. Yeah. Yeah. Guess what? I discovered
Yeah.
a writers and an actors strike.
We should have known
Eureka.
California's was
Yeah.
Eureka.
Boy, I didn't know these state mottos.
Eureka!
I never.
Isn't that a
Washington's-
vacuum company? Oh no, I'm kidding.
Look at this. Washington's state motto is Alki. You could have given me 1 million guesses and I would have never got that.
Right?
Yeah, I've never heard that either.
Well, I don't
Let's
even
look
know
at-
what that is. Is that?
It's a
is that
Native American for it just said it's a Native American for
By and by.
By and by, I will see you again, future hope, or eventually. Washington's state motto is eventually. You guys gonna get legal pot there eventually? Well, we have it. We have it. Wait, let's go back to where was I looking at this?
Oh, I love Kansas's state motto ad astra per aspera, which means to the stars through difficulties. That's so dope. So dope.
Oh, that
That's
is pretty
dope.
cool. Dope.
Let's see what Missouri's is.
Alabama,
Salus Populi Suprema Lex Esto.
Wait, what's
We-
Alabama's?
Alabama's is Audimus Jara Nostra Defendere, which is we dare defend our rights. I know how to read Latin. Alaska.
That sounds
Isn't
like
there a
the
state?
Necronomicon or something.
There's a state with a state motto, something to the tune of like, for freedom will die or something like that. Like it's kind of badass. Like they have a really badass one. I want to say it's an East Coast state. So like New Jersey or Maryland maybe. No, man, I wish I could fucking remember which state it was. They have a
Probably
really
Connecticut.
badass motto.
Probably. With a Minuteman. what was that?
Montana's state motto is gold and silver. Oh, live free or die is New Hampshire.
Live free or die. That's what it is. That's so badass. I know
That
that's
was
a
a
name of
that was
a
a
movie.
Die Hard movie. Live free.
Yeah,
or
a Die Hard movie, but like, how cool is that?
Was-
North Carolina is to be rather than to seem. I don't like it.
Tweet cam.
Okay, New Mexico, it grows as it goes. How have people not made euphemisms out of that? New Mexico.
Ohio. I
it
can't live in
grows
Ohio. With
as
God,
it
all things are
goes.
possible. I have to move. Labor conquers all things. I can't live in Oklahoma either. Let's find a.
Anyways,
Also a word that very much upsets me.
what a diatribe we've gone on.
It's gone unofficial. We don't have an official motto here in Washington. We
No,
have
for
an unofficial.
marijuana is legal here. They should they should turn that into a state motto. Some state
Yeah,
like California,
that's
I feel
about
like
13 states
marijuana
now, I
is
think.
legal here. Yeah.
It would be funny if like Wisconsin is forward, if somebody else had backward.
Ooh, yes.
That would be
would be like Alabama or something.
Ironic.
Mississippi.
Wyoming has equal rights. Have you been to Wyoming? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they misspelled white percent. Oh, the fucking joke is gone.
Ba-da-ba.
Oh wait, what was
tried.
Idaho? Damn it.
Potatoes, obviously.
Their state motto is potatoes.
No, but it's potatoes, comma, obviously.
Esto Peratua, which means
Potatoes,
let it be
obviously.
perpetual.
Damn it.
They misspelled. Let it be potatoes is what it is. If anybody, okay, chat. If anybody ever asks you, which is never gonna happen, what is the state motto of Idaho? You can say, "Let it be potatoes," and you will not be that far off.
That's amazing.
Idaho is right next to me. It's over here. I can throw a rock over there. Maybe not. I don't think I can throw a rock.
Idaho.
No, the joke we did as a kid was Idaho, and then the other person would go, and I'd a pimp. So
I've never heard that
You
one.
could never say
I always
Idaho
heard-
because then you'd become then you were the whore when the other person said I the pimp. Then
Right.
you had to-
Right. I always heard Idaho. No, Idaho. When you would
I
say
never heard that
Idaho.
one. Idaho.
Must be a
Idaho? No,
California
Idaho.
thing.
Yeah. California. I lived there for 10 years.
I lived there for
Florida.
21.
Hmm.
I'm from
Street
Florida.
born
We
there,
don't even
left when I was
know
21.
Idaho's a state. We're like, what?
See,
It's where
Gravy Doll
potato.
knows.
Street cam.
Idaho, no Idaho.
I don't think anything's changed, you guys. Oh, on the right, in the upper right, you see an orange cone with white stripes on it. There's an orange cone
I
over
see it.
there.
It's a
They
crime
have
scene
been-
investigation.
So this road now, the road comes up from the main direct around this corner to my left where the cul-de-sac is, and then it goes, and then it stops right here by the fire hydrant. That road now continues and goes.
It's gravel?
It's gravel, and they built it, which means they're gonna do shit.
Lame. They're
It's
gonna
lame.
come and lay concrete or asphalt. Sorry,
Mhm.
not
So
concrete.
can you ask them, hey, will you move this fucking hydrant out of my yard so you can fix my driveway now?
I'm gonna heat my driveway though. I'm gonna heat 2/3 of it.
Do you guys know who invented concrete?
Are you talking about a person or a type of people, like a race?
A type of people, yeah.
Yeah,
like
the
a
Chinese,
cult-
right?
J.R. Cement?
Wrong.
Not Chinese.
You're wrong.
Ooh. I'm so wrong that you had to put a hard G on the end of that.
Wrong.
I'm gonna say the
I
Romans.
might be wrong, but I believe it is the Romans. The Romans.
Oh wait,
invented
yeah,
concrete.
because they invented everything. I forgot.
They built all of their
They did.
building, like the ones that are
Aqueducts.
still standing to this day, out of Roman concrete. Like, yeah,
Yeah, Roman concrete, not just.
In
concrete.
fact, their concrete is superior to the modern day concrete that we are using
I believe it.
in the modern day. Their concrete, in fact, if it would get cracks in it when it would rain, the cracks would reseal themselves because of the way they made their concrete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish they
Fucking
would do that now.
amazing. I know, right? No, we get potholes and shit, and like cracked driveways and sidewalks and shit, and like we can't fucking figure out how to make resealing concrete like the Romans did.
Here's
Well,
a funny thing.
the Romans might have had a little bit of cheap labor, but I'm just saying.
This is funny on many levels, you guys. If you look at the chat, Pave the World typed, they're gonna page that road, dude. And I think he meant to put pave, but he misspelled it.
Pave
And his
the world.
fucking name is Pave the World.
I
That
love
is
that.
fucking
That's
hilarious.
amazing.
That is a joke on 75 levels right there, everybody.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Gorvidal's correct. We went cheap on the
Oh yeah, our concrete
Yeah,
sucks.
it sucks.
Sucks.
But it's
balls.
funny because in my town, I call it a town, it's a city, Spokane, there are certain intersections that have been redone in concrete rather than pavement because they last, 50 years longer or whatever. But they always complain about how expensive it is. Like, the city had to pay this much to do this.
Mhm.
And I'm like, just pave all the roads in concrete. Just do it.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah, our neighborhood like roads got redone like shortly after we moved into our house, and they look amazing. They're beautiful, right? We got fresh asphalt. Love it. It's fucking amazing. And then if you drive 10 minutes from our town to the next town over, Round Lake, Illinois, their roads are so fucking bad. Like every time I drive through Round Lake, I'm like, how the fuck does this town, because I'm pretty sure it has a much higher population than my town does. I live in Antioch, and their roads are just garbage. They have potholes everywhere, cracks everywhere. It's like, how do they not have the funds? My little tiny podunk village, we're not even considered a town. We're a village, the village of Antioch. We can afford, I guess, to repave the roads in our neighborhood, but Round Lake can't fix their roads. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand who decides what roads get to be repaved. Make it make sense to me, because
City planners.
doesn't make
It's
sense
the
to me.
city council, city planners.
Well, what the fuck's wrong with our city council? Because they need to fix their roads.
Well, the first they had to build the big house, and they had to get the new car, and they had to hire the staff. And then
There's a Gatorade
You know.
cam. There's a Gatorade cam.
the
Is
Gatorade
this
cam.
in your house?
That's my
that's
it's on my
that's
kitchen
his kitchen
counter.
sink right there.
You
And my
need
kitchen-
you need art on your walls, Rob. You look like you live in a hospital.
I have.
It's a mental institution.
I-
It's the same thing.
Where's
So-
all you need decoration on your walls?
So okay, so in the garage,
It's all
you see
leaning up in there.
here's
somewhere.
the TV. Let's Alexa, garage light on. Let's see if this turns into color here. Oof, a nuclear fucking bomb went off in there.
Wow.
Okay, so you see the pinball machine, the Batman pinball machine,
Mhm.
and then the
No,
TV,
no, no,
the TV's
no,
on the
no,
wall.
no.
And the
Yes.
video games up there. So on the
And
wall,
your couch is covered in stuff. It looks
no, that's
like
not
my
a couch. That's not a couch. That is a single
recliner.
green
I see.
chair.
A recliner.
And
Okay,
then,
gotcha.
but this table. So right next to my car, immediately next to it is a card table with all my eBay auctions stacked up, 156 things. So, Robin, you'll be familiar in this extreme back wall right corner. You can see the frame of the gaming shelves. Yeah. So
I have
above those gaming
same
shelves,
shelves.
I have 3 movie posters. So I have you can't see them in the camera.
But they should be in your home to, like, you know, when you look at them, they bring you joy.
Well, I'm waiting. I know I'm waiting for my William Shatner, which still haven't shown up yet.
Because, like, so here's the thing. When we bought our house, this house that we live in right now, we didn't have a lot of stuff to put up on the yard. We had, like, family photos that we had taken throughout the years or whatever. So we put that stuff up in the stairwell. Beautiful. Love it.
Right.
But I felt like the rest of our walls were, you know, kind of bare. I don't like a bare wall. Walls need decorations. So, you know, we get a clock, like all the normal things that normal people do. And then I was like, that's not enough. And I didn't want to buy paintings because paintings, no matter where you get, even if you get them at Walmart, I feel like they're way too expensive, or like posters or whatever, right? So I took it upon myself. I'm a very shitty artist, but I wanted to do my own art. So I bought canvases and paint, and I painted my own shitty shit, and I hung it up in my house.
Yeah, if
I don't
had
care.
any-
It's beautiful.
any
I
talent.
love it.
So at the
I
auction,
want to do that. I
You
want to
should do
paint my own
it.
shitty
It makes
shit.
your own home. It makes you happy. Like, I can't explain it. Like, I have this little unicorn painting. I'll take a picture of it later and show it to you guys. But I painted it. It's
No,
hanging
I
in my
want to do like
husband's
the
office.
splash, like where you splash
Yeah, you could do
it.
those. You could do whatever you want. That's the beauty of it. You can paint whatever the fuck you want. But yeah, I painted this really shitty, horribly proportioned unicorn, and it's on my wall. And when I look at it, I'm like, I did that, and I like it. You know what I mean? Like, it's in my house. I made it, and I like it. We also have a 3D printer. Someday I wanted to 3D print a giant dragon head and hang that in my kitchen. Like, how fucking cool would it be if there's a giant dragon head in my kitchen? Like, that'd be so
Like-
dope. I'm gonna do that
Like
someday.
the D20s for eyes or something
Yes.
in it.
Yeah.
So what I will be having on my wall are not these 2 pictures, because the 2 pictures that I'll be getting don't exist on the internet. So the one that I got at the auction was these are 4 by 2 feet, I think, 4 feet by 2 feet, and they're black and white. And one of them is William Shatner as
Cool.
Captain Kirk on this motorcycle, but he's laying on the motorcycle, so his head is above the handlebars and his feet are above the tail, and he's just laying on top of the motorcycle. That's one of them.
I love
The
it.
other
You
one-
gotta show it to stream. Hang on, stream can't see
my
it.
bad. Oh, sorry guys. I thought I was. Yeah. So this one here. So
I got you,
Yeah,
chat. I
okay.
got you.
thank you, Robin. So again, he's laying on the motorcycle. He's not riding it, and you can't. The picture doesn't exist on the internet. They made a big deal about that. They go, these are pictures you can't get anywhere. The other one is him smoking, like the one on the right here, but he's
In his Star Trek uniform?
in his Star Trek uniform, but he's sitting. It's not this picture. He's sitting at the 3D chess set, smoking,
Ooh.
and so it's really
need that.
cool.
How are you gonna get your hands on those if they
So
don't even
I won them
exist
in an
on the
auction.
internet?
Remember when I went in
Oh,
November?
you got
Yeah,
them.
and they haven't. So what happened was, I told the story when we did the stream, but he fucked up the auction and he gave away more than were available. So and then they just went and did it. So then after the fact, they said, okay, we'll print more, and we'll send him to his office in LA, and then he'll sign them and we'll mail them to you or whatever. So then
Nice.
I kept contacting them, and they go, yeah, he's been out of the country. He went to Europe, he went to here, and he's busy and he's filming, and he hasn't even been back to LA. So we think that what's going to happen is we're going to have to wait until he comes here again, and we'll just have him sign them, and then we'll send them to you. And that was supposed to be either this weekend or next weekend.
Wow.
So I still haven't got him after 7 months. But that'll be cool.
Wow.
And those, Robin, will not only go on my walls in my hallway, but I'm going to get little lights to shine on them.
Ooh, I love that.
like a
Yes, you
museum.
should do that. Yeah, maybe I'll paint a canvas for you and I'll send it to you.
If you
and can
painted
hang one of my
anything for me, I
shitty
would put it.
canvases
I'll show
in
you. I'm
your
going to show you right
house.
where I put it. I'll show you right where I put it if you did that. Let's go back to the driveway view. Let's make the driveway view the living room view.
I'll send one to Drake too, because I imagine Drake probably also doesn't have. Is that a cat in your driveway, sir?
So I have
Did we
two
lose
pieces
Rob?
of art in my.
No, I'm here.
Maybe. Oh no.
Are you
The
talking
two
about my
pieces of art in my
driveway?
bedroom.
Yeah, go back to your driveway camera.
Oh, I know what you saw.
The
A
ferret
raccoon
thing?
or a cat
No,
it
or
was
the
something.
It was
It's
a yellow-bellied marmot.
marmot. Yeah.
And there's one right there now.
Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's on the right. Yeah. Aww.
So when I first moved in, so right now, this whole summer, I've only ever seen one at a time. When I first moved in, I'd see 10 or 12 of them out there. And what they would do,
the
they'd
fuck
run
is
out
a
to
marmot?
they'd run out yellow-bellied marmot, also known as a I looked it up.
Are they related to like ferrets?
No. They go by another name though.
Oh, they look like moles, kind of, or
No, they're like a gopher.
oh, a
yeah,
gopher. Thank
but
you.
They,
That was
they
the word
go
I was
by
looking for.
a groundhog.
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 Oh no, what's the difference between a yellow-bellied marmot? They're
Listen,
known
guys, I don't go outside.
Oh,
What's
sorry,
outside?
a rock chuck. A rock chuck is what they're called.
Oh,
Because the
okay.
exterminator called them rock chucks.
Woodchuck
No, I
could
did
a
not
woodchuck
exterminate.
chuck up
How
a-
much rocks could a
woodchuck-
rock chuck
a
chuck
rock
if a rock chuck could chuck rocks?
Mm-mm.
Well, a rock
Yeah,
chuck
that's
could
it. That's
chuck as
exactly
much
what it is.
rocks as a rock chuck could chuck. If a rock chuck could chuck rocks.
So now let me go back to
Oh.
living room. Okay, the painting.
I think
It
I
was
actually
cute
got it.
though. You did it.
What
It
is
was
that? A yellow-bellied
impressive.
marmot there on the left? What is that?
I think
thing?
I would hang
Oh,
it
that
right
was-
here on the left, Robin, right in the kitchen.
Yes, love that.
So when you come in from to the right, so that you see the kitchen island, to the extreme right is the door that goes out to the garage. So when I come in the house, boom, I'm looking at this wall right here.
Cool.
No, but that's
Hey,
right.
maybe I'll paint. It's shitty paint. It's gonna be shitty. Just like prepare yourself to open
I
it
don't
and be
even
like,
want to know
what
what
the
it
fuck?
is. Just tell me the dimensions of it when you're done,
Yeah,
and I'll get
yeah,
a
yeah.
frame, and then I'll put it up.
Cool. Maybe I'll do that.
Well,
And then I'll send some to Drake.
Someone who
'cause
has
Drake apparently also doesn't have much stuff on his walls.
someone who knows
Oh,
how to
I
use
do.
a hammer
I
and
have
nail will
art.
put it up, not me. But
Oh, you do? Oh, I thought you were saying you don't have that much.
I need a piece of art over my guest bed, and I want to make it. So you inspired me to do so.
Oh, cool. You should do that. Do that.
Yeah, I already know this. It's gonna be 3 pieces, and then I'm gonna do like splash color art on it.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Cool.
what is that animal in your driveway, dude? Yeah, it's not one of my cats. I
A
can assure you.
marmot. Today I learned what a marmot
A
is.
yellow-bellied marmot is also a rock chuck.
Rock chuck. Cool.
And when I
they
first
go-
moved in the house in 2021, they were everywhere, and I thought, oh my god, what am I gonna do? And I called the exterminator, and he goes, yeah. He goes, you can get rid of them, but then they'll just be back the next year. And I go,
Yeah.
well, how much does it cost? And he goes, well, it's like $45 per. And I'm like, what? So I figured it'd be like $2,000.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Do they trap
they,
them?
Yeah, but do they do harm? Or are they messing with anything? What?
No, I mean, that's what I thought. I thought they were gonna
They
eat my
probably
lawn.
chew on
but
shit.
They
Yeah.
don't. They just eat grass, I think. And they live in the rock wall behind my house.
You know what animals I get on my door camera and my backyard camera? I'll tell you what. I get 3 types of animals. Stray cats, number 1. We see stray cats on our camera. We get fucking raccoons, and they are huge. Like I think I have some screenshots of these literally ginormous raccoons that walk across, not just in like my yard, but they walk on my patio. Like we have a concrete patio in front of our house, or a deck. It's not a deck because it's not made of wood, but it's concrete. Anyways,
Yeah.
they just walk right by my front door. No fucks. Like a little family of raccoons. I hate them because they get in our trash cans. And then we get bunny rabbits in our backyard, like little jackrabbits or I don't know, they're wild rabbits, and we get them in our backyard. And my dog, every morning he goes out to use the bathroom in our backyard, and he will chase these bunny rabbits, and he has killed them before, which drives me crazy because I don't know if you've ever had to pry a half-eaten, mangled bunny rabbit from your dog who doesn't fucking listen because he's like, "Oh, look what I caught!" you know. Anyways,
Legs
it
all
drives me.
dangling
So-
out the. Yeah, I've done
So here's
that.
the
I
thing,
Yeah.
fucking
everybody.
hate it, dude. I hate it so much.
So you can see in my house there's a rock wall. It stands about 3 feet tall, maybe 2.5 feet tall. It goes around my yard. No, like that.
It's a retaining wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
probably.
then from the wall, the gray area goes uphill. So it goes up, 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 up. And so these marmots, they go between the rocks and they burrow into the hill, and they live
probably
in that
live
hill.
there. Yeah.
Yes. Now, the reason that they're here is because they are always close to the river. And so you see I live right next to a river, see?
Mm-hmm.
And so the exterminator said, you can get rid of them, but then they're going to be back, and there's nothing you can do. And I go, so they're just always going to be here? And he goes, they're always going to be there. And I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Not until they develop all that land around you, and then you probably won't see
Right.
them very much anymore.
So they're
Or
gonna
you get
develop-
a dog that likes to hunt marmots, then you might.
Yeah,
Or a
that was
BB
the
gun.
solution for me. We still see the rabbits all the time in our yard, but my dog kills them like constantly. It drives me crazy.
So
So
this
I
is
have like
what's...
a 7-foot wall outside of my house, and last was it earlier this year there was a bobcat walking on the top of the wall.
Yeah, when I lived in California, we got not bobcats. I mean, I think technically they're the same thing, maybe, but we had mountain lions. Yeah, mountain lions.
Well,
No, they're not
no,
the same
yeah,
thing, but they're
no, bobcat
We used
is
to get
way smaller than a
yeah,
mountain
you're
lion.
right. You're right. I'm thinking puma. Puma and mountain lion are the same thing. So like depending
Yeah.
on where you're from, you might call it puma. My bad. But we would get mountain lions like all the time. Yeah, I lived in the city and we would still get mountain lions like all the time.
So this
Those
is where
fuckers are scary.
This is where they're going to develop. They're going to put 168 houses in here. And then, the other day when I went on the news to complain, that was because of the dog park that they're going to build right here.
But people need a dog park.
No, here's the thing.
Hey, maybe that'll help with the marmots.
Let me tell you what's going on with this dog park.
It will help the marmot.
No. So let me do this thing. I'm kind of doing a gangster way of doing the screen thing here, but so this community right here has a dog park. They're gonna build a fucking another one basically adjacent to it. Stupid.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the reason they're building another dog park is because way in Spokane, way over here, way up here, like in this area on the South Hill, then they had to get rid of a dog park. So the people that were using this dog park that are going to allegedly use the new dog park, the drive from there down to here is like 23 minutes.
Jeez.
It's
No
fucking,
way.
it's
No, it's
absolutely
gonna take their-
ridiculous.
Come on, let's take the dog for a walk. It's
Yeah.
an hour trip.
It's so
yeah,
stupid.
right.
It's dumb. And we went on the news to fight. I was on the news. I showed you guys that. And I was on the news.
But it
for
would
12
still help like the people who live closer to the dog park to have
No,
somewhere
because there's
to take
already a
their
dog park
dog.
there. There's a dog park. It's
I
like
see.
really stupid.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we had a couple dog parks in my town. Like
Yeah, we
3,
have
I
double dog parks, but it's like little dogs go to one, like they're next door to each other. They share the same like parking lot, entrance, whatever. But it's like one side of the dog park is for small dogs and one side is for large dogs. So they're not in the same like area together or whatever.
It's been
I've
my
heard of
life's
that.
dream. Ever since I was a little kid, it's been my life's dream to step foot on this island, and I'm going to do it somehow. someday.
You live
So-
like right by it.
No,
Just
but you
get a
can't.
kayak.
It's private. It's the utility
Oh.
company owns it. Because the
Oh, I
dam is here,
see.
so you can't. There's a gate here. Because Tommy goes, "Can we walk across that dam?" And I go, "Well, you can, but there's a gate blocking it. You'd have to climb the gate or whatever."
Just
and
get
then
a
go over.
kayak, bro. Go in the water.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, the Gonzaga
Yeah.
boathouse is right here. I could maybe ask those
Yeah.
guys, "Hey, can I get across there?" But yeah, you can't. And
Grab you
there's
a
even
kayak.
Just get a hard hat and just go over
Just
there.
get a hard
Yeah,
ass
pretend like you work
marching
there.
out
If
there.
somebody saw you waddling your fat ass down the road with a hard hat
right.
on, they're not going to ask you no questions. They're going to let you in. They're going to say, "He's supposed to be here."
I should wait till there's
Yeah,
some
just
kind of
make
crew out
yourself
there
look
watching.
like the foreman or whatever.
Right.
This
Just
runway,
start yelling.
you can walk on. You can just walk right out to that runway and stand in front of a plane if you want.
That's
There's nobody
crazy to
stopping you.
me.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Well, the plane would probably stop you.
We went and ate at
It-
the Skyway
the-
Cafe
the
right
first
here.
time.
Tommy and I ate at Skyway Cafe the other day, and then we watched a couple.
Did you get a
planes.
hot dog?
No, we got
Tommy.
breakfast.
Tommy. Rob doesn't give a shit about us. Just Tommy.
Hey, you weren't here.
I'm
You
kidding.
didn't.
I'm kidding.
We didn't visit him.
I'm just messing with
There's
you.
several places. There's at least 3 places by me that fancy themselves breakfast places. So they're all only open till 2 p.m. So you got to get up early and go do shit.
Get up early. Are you? Oh my god.
Well, if you want breakfast, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Rob, if you could just walk a day in my life.
No, thank you.
Being up
Pass.
before 2 p.m. is not early. Like, oh my god.
Well, I normally get up. I mean, my sleep is all weird, but I get
Yeah.
up anywhere between, like last night I got up at 4 a.m. because I'd gone to bed at midnight and I only
That's
could sleep 4
waking
hours.
up early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm
that's
up
just
at
me
like
not being able to
6 or
sleep.
7 a.m. every day.
These are these
I'm
that's
usually
it.
like
their guns.
I'm usually up with the sun. That's usually me.
I'm up when my kids are fucking screaming. I'm kidding. I'm up when my littlest one gets up because if I don't get up with him, he will destroy something or kill himself or both.
Nafum, do you have coyotes around your house? That's what I want to know.
Those are little little freaking animals.
But
Because
if
he
he's
has
got, if he's got road
roadrunners.
runners, he needs coyotes. Yeah.
He needs coyotes, yes.
Roadrunner.
Wait, I
coyotes
hear
out
there's
for you.
do you guys know what the Nextdoor app is? Have you ever heard of this app, Nextdoor?
I got kicked off.
Yeah, it's like social media, but for your neighborhood. It's the dumbest shit ever. But
Kicked
I
off, bro.
I got kicked
I
off
use
next door.
it, and I only use it to like view,
I
like
don't.
look, like see what people are arguing about or whatever. And apparently, we have coyotes in our neighborhood, but I've never seen them. That's all.
Let me see if I'm still kicked off.
I've
My
seen
favorite-
a couple around here, but we don't have that many.
My favorite thing about Nextdoor is when 4th of July rolled around. Oh man, it's just chef's kiss. I also, I'll say this, but people in chat are probably gonna hate me for saying this, so like that's fine. That's your opinion, to hate me if you choose to. But I don't like 4th of July. However un-American that sounds, I just don't like the holiday. It has nothing to do with not being a patriot. I was in the army. I am a patriot. I just don't like the 4th of July. Okay. And I
I'm
don't
here
like
for
it
the
because I have
fireworks.
kids, I have dogs. Yeah, I just don't like fireworks. Fireworks are fucking
Yeah.
dangerous. I've seen people like literally break their hands and burn themselves, and I've seen houses get burnt down. I don't like fireworks. So, anyways, so I love getting on Nextdoor and watching people like devolve into arguments over fireworks and like all that kind of shit. The fireworks are illegal where I live. The only kind we're allowed to do are like the little ground sparklers and like
They're illegal
poppers.
here too, and the fireworks shows that go off here are so ridiculous.
Yeah, but like people can literally, we live like 5 miles from the Wisconsin border, so you can drive over the border, buy like the in the air type of fireworks, whatever you want to call it, Roman candles and bottle rockets and all that shit, and then they bring those back here to Antioch, Illinois, where I live, and they set that shit off, which is super illegal. And like on Nextdoor, people just fight with each other about it. That's illegal. I'm gonna call the cops on you. And, you know, like all this
smoke on my car.
Yes, I fucking love it. It is chef's kiss. I love the drama. It's
Chef's
awesome.
kiss.
Love it.
I can't
I
remember-
live for Nextdoor drama.
I tried to sign in and my account has been deleted. I could probably sign back in and do another account. But I can't remember
Rob
why I
is-
got kicked off, but it was something about
Drama.
it was definitely a political thing.
Oh yeah, we get that too.
And
Because
it
everybody
was
around me is a Republican. So.
yeah, everybody's a Republican where I live. I live in the deepest, reddest fucking part of a blue state. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. I mean, the closer we get to Chicago, the bluer it is. But where I live is it's pretty red.
Yeah, it's
so.
like, well, I live in a a blue state that's always been a blue state will always be a blue state, but that's because of King County. It's because of Seattle.
Yeah, I think
But
Illinois is a
the
blue state, but where I live,
Eastern,
it's pretty red.
right? Same with me. Eastern Washington is as red as it can get. So, but it was really funny because it wasn't a Trump thing. Somebody was complaining about. Oh God, I wish I could remember what it was. But I was like, I can't believe they kicked me off for that, because I said something quite innocuous. Like somebody was talking about the school board and about how blah blah the children, and I said something about. I think I said something about nobody gives a crap about your children, and then they turned me in and they fucking kicked me off.
Wow.
Something, yeah, because everybody, it's like that old, well, I mean, since the beginning of time, or since the beginning of cameras, we'll say, people always want you to look at their babies, right? You want to say, oh, see the new baby, and I'm like, yeah, because your
When are
baby
you gonna
is
come see
so
the
cute
baby?
and so unique looking that I need to see your baby pictures, because
I
they
worked
all
hard
look
growing
different.
that baby. Thank you very much. And yes, I am going to show it off.
Yeah, but you realize that you could show a picture of any baby and it would be, people wouldn't
Right,
know that
yeah.
it wasn't your kid.
I mean, I only do it with my family, though. I'm not a weird person that's like, hey, here, look at my kids. I don't do that with strangers or like friends, especially like my friends who don't have kids, because I don't know the reasons why people don't have kids. People don't have kids for all kinds of reasons. They don't want them, they can't have them, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not that type of a person, but I do it with my family because my family's like, hey, let me see pictures of the baby. They want to. You know what I mean? That's it.
Here's the baby, and
It's
over
funny,
here I have
no
a
one has
jar with the
ever been able
umbilical
to
cord
explain
in
to
it,
me.
and the placenta's over here.
It's breathtaking. Your baby's breathtaking.
My babies are breathtaking. Thank you.
No one has ever been able to explain to me a valid good reason to have children, and this includes my mother.
Yeah, I mean,
Sex.
No, that's
yeah,
not a
but
good
you
reason
can
to have
have
how it
children.
sex
happens.
without having children. Millions of
But
people do it every
A
day.
lot of children happen because of sex, though.
This
That's
is
all I'm
true.
saying.
No,
Yes,
but I'm
yes,
saying,
yes.
what, like two people that set out to procreate and actively have a discussion and say, let's have children. Why do people do that? I've never heard a good reason. I've never heard a good reason.
Alcohol.
I can think of a few reasons, but most of them don't really apply to like the modern world. But like in ye olden times, right? If you lived on a farm, for example, you're a peasant, I don't know. You would want to have children so that you'd have somebody to work the farm when you die. Like that's it. That's the tweet. Period.
Plus, they didn't have ye old condom shop either, you know.
Also true. Yes. Yes,
But
that is true.
yeah, so I would consider that not a good reason. Like
To not continue growing
the
Cheap
food.
labor.
the one people always
Cheap
throw
labor's
in my,
always been a good reason to have kids.
the one people that always throw in my face is, well, Rob, you need young people to contribute to Social Security so that when you're old, you have money to get. Or you know, someone needs to be your nurse. Someone needs to, you know, whatever. There's all these reasons about have 2 and 3 generations down to take care of you. And I'm like, listen, I'll trade whatever I don't get if everybody's sterile starting today. I'll trade it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Don't let me be president for a day.
If the human race died out, would that be a net positive for Earth? Yes, it would.
Yeah, and would I be okay with that? 100% not a joke. If the human race died, I'd be okay with that, because it's going to take 50, 100 years.
It's not going to affect us because we'll be dead. So.
Right. But people
Well,
always
But do
say,
we want?
oh, well,
Does everybody want that to happen? No, obviously not.
I want to have kids so that I can be fulfilled and whatever. No, you're a fucking egotist is what you are. I want to have kids because, I don't know, I've never heard a good reason. My mom couldn't even give me a good reason.
I want to have kids because of world peace. No, this.
I do have hope though that like, especially like my generation and younger is like a bit more. I'm not saying my entire generation or the entire generation's younger than me. I'm not saying that this applies to all of us because obviously it doesn't. But I do have hope that the younger generations are a bit more conscientious about like, you know, waste and things like, you know, things that are bad for the planet, you know, global warming and all that stuff, whatever, right? Like I do have hope that like the future generations that will be living on Earth hopefully will live smarter and live better and live in more sustainable ways. I do have hope for that. But not everybody feels the same way about that kind of stuff.
It's a global
Using less
problem.
plastic and shit like that.
Such
Yeah.
a global problem.
Yeah,
You know?
and like America's not even the worst country about it either.
No, we're like way down on the list.
Yeah, from what I
believe it or
understand, like
not.
China and India, I believe, make way more like plastic waste, for example, than America does. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I could be wrong. This is just things that I have
I mean, we
It-
are,
seen
the United
and
States
heard.
contributes to the world's
It's not
problems.
so much
but
In other
making
ways,
it
yeah.
as is not disposing of it properly, recycling
Right.
it,
Yeah,
etc. Right? They just dump it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, like if you look at the 50s, right? Like people used to get their milk delivered to them in glass bottles, and then when you were done, you would, put the glass bottles back out. The milkman would come, pick up your milk bottles, refill them, bring them back to you, right? Like that was way more sustainable than what we do now. We buy a gallon of milk in a plastic jug, we drink it, we chuck the plastic jug. Hopefully people recycle it, but like how many people, if 10 people recycle and 50 people don't recycle, now multiply that by the entire population of the whole world, right? Like it's a lot of waste versus how it used
I
to
try not
work.
to buy stuff that needs to be recycled too. Right? That's what
Yeah.
my goal is. So my
That's why
milk
I
comes in a
like,
carton.
oh yeah, like the cardboard ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are way more sustainable, like way easier to recycle than the plastic ones too, additionally. And they make less waste in general. Anything that comes in a cardboard is way better for the environment than plastic. But
I never.
I like to buy Oberweis brand milk. It comes in glass bottles, and when we're done with it, we can take it back to the grocery store. They take those bottles back to Oberweis, the company that makes the milk. It's almost like old
It tastes better
style
in
milk.
glass.
It's
I've
way
never
the
had it.
fucking better. I
What's
like
it
the
called?
brand because it's better. Oberweis, Oberweis,
There it is.
Oberweis.
This is what we
But
used
yeah,
to get. This is
Oh,
what
on
we
your
used
it's
to.
porch.
delicious fucking milk.
Yeah, when I
Yeah,
was a
like the little
kid,
milk boxes.
Well,
it was
that's those little things are going to be coming back, except you're going to get your Amazon package delivered from your drone.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
See,
But it was a silver box. I don't see it here. It was a silver box with a red rooster on it, and we'd get like 4 or 6 bottles of milk.
Oh, I
And-
never remember getting milk.
And then this is when I was like 2 or 3 years old. And then my mom would use up all the milk and then put the bottles out, and then they'd get refilled, and it probably cost like $1 a month or something. It was something ridiculously low back then. But yep, I remember that.
So is
The
that
other
a
cool thing, Drake,
Uberweiss
about
sounds German, is it? No.
I'm sure they probably are. The other cool thing about Oberweis as a company, and I believe the reason that I see it around here and why I buy it is because it might be local to my area. But the thing I love about Oberweis, right, is they have like a subscription service that basically works exactly how old school milk delivery used to work. They literally will deliver milk to your door, however much you want. Say you want a gallon a week or whatever, right? They will deliver you a gallon of milk to your door. When you're done with it, you leave the glass bottles outside and they come and collect them next time they bring your milk
How much
delivery.
is
It's
it?
exactly
How much
like
is it?
how
Milk
so the
delivery. I want a
downside
gallon
is that
tomorrow.
Oberweis milk is much more expensive than like the store brand plastic bottled milk that you can buy. So like at my local Walmart, for example, a regular Walmart brand Great Value or whatever it is milk is like $1.50 for a gallon or $1.80 or whatever, like a little under
Yeah.
$2, right? But Oberweis milk is like $4 a gallon. So it is more
The
expensive.
the
But it
milk that
tastes
I
better.
buy is like $5.50 a half gallon.
Oh,
So
okay. I think it tastes better. I mean, it comes from a local dairy, right? I love that. It tastes fucking amazing. Way
how long
better
does it
than
last?
the same. Like it has this. In my experience, it has the same. Like we get it, and it doesn't expire for like 2
Well, you
weeks,
got
which I think
3
is like
kids.
regular milk. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it,
yeah.
yeah.
But we drink.
It's just
We
me.
like a
I
gallon a day. Like milk does not
yeah,
last in my
you should just
house.
get a cow, right?
Yeah,
Just put a
I might as
cow
well just
out.
get a cow. You're right. You're right. But
Remember
like it
those
tastes
milk
great.
things you had in the army that you could get milk out of?
Yes.
The milk. That's
Yeah,
what
the
you
little
should have in the
dispenser. You're
chocolate and
right.
vanilla,
And
regular
like
milk at the house.
all three of my kids have like a bowl of cereal every morning. Like we go
Right.
through some milk. Okay. And also I'm like a milk snob and I drink a lot of milk. I will literally like drink a glass of milk straight. I don't eat it with anything else. Like I just love milk. Like milk is a drink that I will drink. Like people would drink water or drink juice. Like I drink milk the same way. And yeah, I don't know. I think Oberweis milk tastes better. I think any milk that comes in a glass bottle tastes better than it does in plastic, but it could just be the dairies that it comes from. But their milk in particular is
Hey,
delicious.
yeah, I think anything
It's worth
usually
it. I
tastes
think it's worth the
better than
price.
glass, like a
Hmm.
soda or
Yes, glass
even
bottled soda
tea.
tastes
Yeah.
much better than regular, like in the aluminum cans. Yeah, way better for sure. I
So we
also
don't
like
have.
Root beer.
Mexican soda is better because they use cane sugar
Yes,
versus corn
yes.
syrup.
These right.
Yeah.
Mexican Coke.
If you can get
So
Mexican sodas at like a local taco
Yeah.
place or whatever around you, get them.
No,
They're
my
delicious.
grocery store, Publix carries them right at the store.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
So we
Cane
don't
sugar
have
soda, way
Oberweis
better.
here, established 1927. We use Dairygold,
Boo.
which is
Oh, I
1918
see.
because it's
Yeah.
9 years longer. Thank you. But the thing about Dairygold milk is if you buy it in the store, that expiration date, I'm not even kidding, is like 3 months away.
Oh,
They must
wow.
Especially
That maybe ours
that's what
is
I'm
like
saying.
that. I don't pay attention.
If you get the carton organic, it could last 2 months
I
easy.
didn't know that. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
really
So
pay attention to the expiration dates
that's what I'm
because
saying. You get
because it's
kids.
gone
it's
so
never
fast.
been a
Yeah.
Yeah,
concern.
but
Yeah, like we
I'm a
drink our
guy who
milk so fast.
I'm a guy who throws milk out because
Oof.
I
Yeah,
live by
that's rough.
myself and
I
I
don't
drink,
Yeah. Well, so
but
I
you could
don't
buy
now
like
that
half
I have that
gallons.
now that I buy organic, I don't throw it out anymore. It
Yeah.
lasts long
but
enough that I can drink
the
it.
joke used to be when back when my mom was still alive and I'd go shopping with her, we'd go to Albertsons and I'd go, do you want to get the Albertsons milk or do you want to get the Dairygold milk? And she'd go, oh, just get the Albertsons milk. And I'd go, let's get the Dairygold. And she'd go, why? And I'd show her the expiration date. And the expiration date for the Dairygold was like 2 months away. And the one for Albertsons had not a date, but a time on it because you're going to walk out of the store and it'd be fucking expired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder why that it like and what makes milk organic? Like what does that entail? Like so why does it last longer? Is it pasteurized different or is it
Well,
not pasteurized
well,
or
no,
like
mostly
what?
what makes it last the longest is being in the carton versus light getting to
Oh,
it,
makes
right?
sense. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But
So
like why is it labeled as organic? I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, are the cows like non-GMO cows or
Yeah,
like what? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they're fed certain not
Okay.
fed
Okay.
certain
Okay.
things, and there's a
I
whole
don't.
organic thing that, and I don't know if there's a
Oh
whole
yeah, here it
like,
is.
do you sign up for it online? Is that how you get the thing? I don't know. The
I
cows,
was
Yeah, I
blown
mean,
cows
away
like I
by
have
get
it.
the
this.
difference in like vegetables and fruits. Like I know what the difference between organic versus non-organic is. Like I get that. I just was trying to like wrap my head around that for a product that comes from an animal.
So St Andrews University in Scotland did a study. What drinks are hydrating? And this blew me away. What do you guys think the most hydrating milk? I said it, but I blew it. But it's particularly skim milk or non-fat milk is the
Oh
most
God,
hydrating.
I can't drink
Well,
that though.
yeah,
That's disgusting. It's like drinking
it's like
water.
Skim milk is
it's like
more
you put
hydrating than things like Liquid IV or Pedialyte that are meant to be for hydration.
Wow. Oh, but
Yeah.
is full fat milk not
Yeah, full
hydrating?
fat milk is third.
Oh, that's because that's what I
Orange
drink.
juice, which is weird, orange juice, then cola, then diet cola.
Cola? No
Cola,
fucking way.
yeah, before tea, and coffee is last.
Wow. I
Sparkling
wonder.
water,
I mean,
and,
so I
and by the
know.
way, water is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th on the list.
Wow. So like
So
I know that if you drink things that have caffeine in it, technically that can be
that's
dehydrating
a
because
diuretic,
caffeine,
yeah.
yeah, caffeine is a diuretic, which makes you not produce that much urine. That's how diuretics work. So, like, why would cola be so high? Because cola does have caffeine in it. Most colas have caffeine in them, but coffee is so low. Like, that doesn't make sense
Because
to
it's
me.
carbonated, maybe has something to do
Well,
with it.
but
I
this
would
is a
guess.
study.
Or
This is a
caffeine
recent
content,
study.
maybe?
So you know how things change, like forever and ever, our whole lives.
Wow.
MSG is bad. MSG is bad. Don't do MSG. 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 And now we find out it doesn't fucking matter. MSG
Yeah,
is
it's
fine. But and you know, your whole life they told you drink water, drink water, drink water. So the doctor at the ER the other day tells me, I go, oh, I guess I'm not getting enough water. And he goes, oh, you're getting enough water. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, water doesn't hydrate you. He goes, drink other things. And I go, what should I drink? And he goes, almost anything else besides water. You should drink water, but don't just drink only water thinking you're hydrating yourself. It's not working.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
was
and
like,
did you
what?
know
And then I
like
saw this.
eight glasses of water a day is a myth too? Like if
Yeah,
you
it's
drank
a-
8 glasses of water
Yeah.
a day, you would actually like dilute all of the what are they called? Electrolytes that your
Yeah.
body needs. You wouldn't have enough
we've been
electrolytes.
handed a ration of shit over the last 50 years.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
not in a malicious way, just people thought that's what we should be
Wow.
doing. And then you
If you
go
think
then they do
about
studies.
how long people have been knowledgeable about medicine, it's only been like 50 years, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
50 years
true.
ago,
And
100
even
years
used
ago,
to
they
so,
were
think
hacking
They
people's
used to
limbs
think
off with a
maggots and
saw.
leeches would, yeah,
Yeah.
like help your
So,
wounds.
right. Oh, but well, if I was in the jungle and I got an open wound, I would put maggots in it just to clean it
You
up.
would?
Well, I mean, if I had the opportunity. I mean,
To what benefit? Would
to,
they would
to,
just
to eat
they
the
just
necrotic, to eat the
consume
dead
your
stuff.
flesh? Yeah,
No.
that's
Yeah, they don't eat your live flesh. They eat your dead flesh.
Yeah, but why would you do that? It doesn't
To-
make any sense.
So that I don't die, maybe? I don't know.
You could just cauterize the wound. That would be
wait, why are you
significantly
doing in the
better for you
jungle?
than
What
putting maggots
were you
in your
doing in the
wound.
jungle to begin with,
I
right?
picture I
And
got
how
like
did
an animal bite in my
Yeah,
leg, though.
cauterize
oh,
it.
It's never gonna
The
happen.
a jungle
cauterizing
monkey?
it will help
The
you
jungle monkey?
go
I'd rather
much
commit suicide than go to the
further
jungle. Fuck that.
than putting maggots in it.
I'm
I'm
just
just
talking about
saying.
if I fall out of an airplane and survive or something. I don't know.
You heat up a knife blade and you slap that shit on your wound. Not too long, otherwise you
Not too
get
long.
like third-degree burns or whatever, right? But you just cauterize your wounds, man. That's all you need.
My cats are going absolutely apeshit, and I don't know why. Hold on, I'm gonna mute my mic so I can yell at them.
Probably because it's time to go, Rob. He can't
It
hear
is
me.
time to go.
It's
Oh, he can hear
cat.
me.
It's crazy cat 30.
I
That's
said mute
why.
my mic, not turn off my sound.
Yeah, I don't know. For me,
I
that's
don't know.
like, yeah.
Cat sensor
I think that-
timing 8:20
Did you give a
PM.
prize away or
Oh, that's
anything?
right now. No, I didn't. Oh my god. Let's do that. Let's give a
All
prize
these
away.
people hung out for so long.
Wow,
and Rob
I
almost forgot to give
almost
you guys a
forgot.
prize.
Almost forgot. Okay, let's give away
I
a
have to
prize.
pee like so bad.
Okay, but it's gonna be over soon.
That's why I have a
You win a
cordless
thing.
mic. I already peed.
I mean, I'm cordless too, but
I put laundry away. I was doing stuff.
see, but yeah, I
You were
can't. Like,
talking about
I use
cleaning. I
push
was
to
got up
talk.
and started cleaning.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no,
use push to
no,
talk, so
never
if I walk
mind.
away, I wouldn't be able to talk back. I'd
Yeah,
still
see,
be able
this
to
would be it for
listen,
using
but
push to talk. I have a flip up
Let's try
mic.
that
If I
again.
want to mute, flip it.
fair enough. That makes sense.
Okay. So the code
That's the
word is
beauty of having the headset.
I have to pee.
have to
It's
pee.
all one word, everybody. I have to pee! Exclamation point! I have to pee. So Gorby,
You're
you gotta
killing
redo
me.
that.
I do no, but now I'm gonna see it and have to pee even more because it's just being
Look,
typed
it's
over
two
and
E's.
over and over
Yeah,
again.
it's 2 E's there. P, 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 P.
How do you spell pee? Robin,
You know,
you
like
can
when
go.
people run, no, it's fine. You know, like when people run water, or they talk about water or whatever when you really have to pee. Maybe
I've
it's
heard
like
this.
maybe men don't experience
No, my
this,
mother
so I
was
don't
like
Oh
know.
that.
no, yes, we do.
Why is that cat meowing? Hey Spock, why is
What
she
makes me
meowing?
have to pee is the closer that I get to the toilet.
Yes, that's true. And like this is probably way TMI, but like I've had 3 babies. So like I can't, my bladder doesn't work as good as it used to. I can't hold
Well,
it for as long as I used to
wait
be
till
able
you're
to.
in your mid-50s. You see what happens.
And I'm only 35 and like I feel like I
You
already
start
have
following
issues
George
with it.
Carlin's rules.
All right, Simbarchi.
He has rules. George Carlin has rules.
Simbarchi, you win. You know what to do.
Simbarchi, nice.
do the things that are on the screen. Congrats to Simbarchi.
Congrats!
You can get a
Simbarchi
DM
lives in
skilled.
Australia, I think, if I remember
So,
correctly.
He's in the
I'm trying to
future.
remember things I learn about people in chat, but Simbarchi's like from Australia, I think, or you can correct me if I'm wrong, but
I don't know. Is he? I can't remember.
Queensland.
I don't even know where the fuck I live.
I don't know.
I sure do live in
Melbourne.
Melbourne, Australia. Look, you guys, I try to pay attention to what people say in chat,
That's
and
good.
I try to remember things you guys tell me.
He
I'm
lives
not the
in,
greatest. I
as they
forget
like
things.
to say, Melbourne.
Melbourne.
So you're not
I
Muhammad
think
Ali?
that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, I
I'm
want to
the
go to
greatest.
Australia so bad. Like it's bucket list destination for
You
me.
know, I want to go to
Australia.
Australia so bad, but I do not want to fly on that plane for that long.
Yeah.
I know.
I
I
would like to
hate
go there too.
planes. I
Ugh.
like absolutely hate planes. Right.
I would
I
love to go to
refuse to
Australia,
get
though.
on them unless
So
necessary.
so you have to take a month out of your life to take a boat then,
Yeah,
right? That's the only
I
other
would
way.
need like anxiety medication in order to go to Australia, but I want to
Maybe
go so
first
bad.
class. I
Okay,
could
I'm
do
going
it
to
first
teach
class.
everybody
Maybe.
really quick, and Simbarchi, you can check me on this. I'm going to teach everybody really quick how to do an Australian accent. Everybody should be able to do this.
I can't do
So,
it.
yeah, you can, Robin. I'll
I've
prove it.
tried a million
I'll prove it.
times. I
I'll prove it.
can't.
Good
I'll prove that
die,
you can
die,
do
Like
it.
I've dabbled in voice acting, you guys. I don't know if you know this about me, but I've dabbled a little
Yes.
in it. I
Maybe.
can't do an Australian accent. I've
So,
tried a million times.
Robin, if you're at a Little League game and the pitcher throws a pitch and the batter doesn't swing at it, what do you think a coach or a parent might say to that batter?
Ball?
No, no, no.
Oh,
Like they're giving him a compliment. Like, hey, you didn't swing at that pitch, and you shouldn't have swung on it. So you have
nice.
2
Good
words.
job. Nice
Good,
Good
try.
eye.
good eye,
Good
right?
eye. Oh,
So
I see.
now,
Okay.
Robin, you just said good day in
I'm
Australian.
sure. Yeah, but
Say it
I don't
again.
think that's how they say it. Good eye.
That's perfect. Now, if you guys just say good eye, and you are saying good day in Australia. Now, Simbarchi, he's telling me they don't have
They have
baseball.
cricket.
So,
They have cricket.
But Simbarchi, is that close enough? Would that work? It's way too
that is
strong.
way too strong. Yeah. So, okay, I'll tell you guys something about me.
No better,
okay?
no better, no better. That's what
My
they
my littlest son, he's 5 years old. He watches this cartoon show that originated in Australia. It is incredibly popular right now in America with children. It's called Bluey. If anybody's a parent in chat with young children, they know what I'm talking about. It's this little cartoon about this little dog family. They're dogs. They're talking dogs. Of course they are, because it's a kid's cartoon. Anyways, it's from Australia. They all have very thick Australian accents. Because my son watches this show, he says Australian things. And it's so funny to me because I feel like because my kid watches this show, he's gonna maybe pick up like a slight Australian accent. And then my middle son watched a show that was popular in the UK that was popular in America after whatever. And this show is called Peppa Pig. And same thing. He would say British things to me when he was really little. He would call me mummy, which is how they say mom in British, British in Britain, in the UK, they would say mummy. Anyways, so like my kids can do these accents better than I can because they watch these shows. And I've tried a million times to sound Australian. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Hmm.
That's it. That's all I've got. Good eye. That's it.
There
Good
you go.
eye.
Good eye.
Good day.
Apparently, curry is really popular in Australia. I didn't know that. I love curry. Fucking
Curious?
love it.
Wow. I
Yeah,
like
I
curry.
didn't know that, but apparently it's somewhat popular in Australia, curry. And I grew up like my family is from all over like the Mediterranean and Middle East, so we ate a lot of curry growing up. When I was a kid, I ate a lot of curry. I love it. And so I have to go to Australia to try Australian curry to see if
Huh.
it's similar to the curry that I ate
I never
growing up.
had curry. I don't remember ever until I got to Germany the first time and
Love it. Green curry is the
had
best.
it.
The best.
Um,
Fucking love it.
but Indian curry is my favorite. Yum.
Yes, yeah, I really like Indian curry. It's good.
Let's throw another shrimp on the barbie. That's just
Shrimp on the barbie. Yeah, I've heard
over
that before.
exaggeration by Jim Carrey and
I also
Dumb and
really
Dumber.
like I grew up watching like Steve Irwin and all that, may he rest in peace. So
I'm
like
about to go in the
that's like
house.
right, that's
My
my
girlfriend is on her period. The trick is not to open my mouth.
that's my exposure to the Australian accent. And I play this video game called The Sims. I'm sure you guys know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people on YouTube that are like really popular streamers or content creators for The Sims that are from Australia. So like some of the biggest Sims content creators are Australian too. So like I hear the Australian accent quite a lot. Like my kids watch this cartoon show. I watch a lot of people on YouTube who are Australian. I love it. I can't do it though. I can't. I think I can do an okay British accent, but I just can't do Australian. I don't know what it is about the Australian accent that's like way harder. It's harder.
What I
hard.
like is the Planescape, like the city of Sigil, has kind of a lot of that Australian slang kind of intertwined
Do they
in some
really?
of
And
it.
did you call it
Yeah,
sigil?
barmy. Sigil, sorry.
Sigil. Yeah, sigil. Isn't that how it's pronounced?
So
Sigil?
Yeah,
I heard,
it's sigil, yeah.
I
Sigil
heard,
is like Euro
Jeremy.
versus gyro, right?
Oh, nobody says gyro.
Oh yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they're Euro.
It's sigil.
Okay.
They
It's
say
sigil.
No,
it. It's
it's
not right,
sigil.
but
It's
they
sigil.
say it.
Yes, I heard. I'm verifying it on Google right now, but I also heard
Oh, I
Jeremy
hate
Crawford.
that.
Jeremy Crawford
But
said
the
it was
word that I
'cause
hate that.
he said it,
But
and I was
why
like,
would
"What
they
is he
do
doing?"
that? The word is sigil.
Because he's not saying it in an Australian accent. That's why.
No,
It's
Robin,
but
when you
sigil.
but
say,
the word is sigil.
but
Why
why
would
are
they
you
do
saying
that?
that? When you say the word is sigil, what do you mean by that?
It's based like look up the definition of the word sigil. It's a word, a real word that exists in the
You can
English
use it in
language.
Scrabble.
Yeah,
You can use
like
it in
it
Scrabble.
means like a sign or a symbol or something like that, right? That's what a
Right,
sigil is.
Yeah.
but I mean, yes,
Now
but you understand that this is a
click the
fantasy
little
term that they've
listen
made up.
button. Click the little listen button to see how to pronounce it.
Yeah, no,
Sigil.
exactly. But
Sigil.
the city of Sigil is not the word
Oh,
sigil.
that's it
They
sounds
make
it like
no, but
it
Robin,
makes my blood curl.
I
I
understand that.
don't
Believe
like
me,
it.
there are many examples of getting upset like you are about this that I have of other things. But
Yeah, like
you have to
GIF
learn to live
versus GIF.
right because it's GIF and only GIF. Right, exactly.
They had
So
Peter Pan peanut butter on sale, 2 for 1, and I got
You said
Jif.
Chris Perkins said it
I got Jif.
sigil.
Chris Perkins said it's Sigil in a lore you should know segment on the podcast.
As much as
And
I
he-
love Chris
And then
Perkins,
he said, but
I
he
don't like
said,
it.
he goes, people need to remember that terms we use in Dungeons and Dragons are made up fantasy terms that do not apply to the English language. So he specifically went out of his way to say
Cool.
that.
Good
Yeah.
for him. The Dungeon Master's Guide also says I can do whatever the fuck I want with their worlds. So, sigil. Thank you.
If you want to be wrong, sure you can do that.
That's
You
not
have
wrong.
to
Pe-
you
people
have
can
to
say
That's not
GIF
wrong.
if they want.
It's
if
not
they wanna be
wrong.
wrong.
Open the Dungeon Master's Guide. It says, so, I'm paraphrasing here, but do whatever the fuck you want. That's
Yeah,
what
rule zero,
the Dungeon
exactly.
Master's Guide says. That's what it says.
good eye, sigil.
But
Sigil.
by that
Good eye,
rationalization, I can call it an ancient red dragoon if I would like to.
You could.
But I would be wrong. You know, I can say that
Sure.
it's the city of Waterdeep, but I would be wrong. You know, you can do
Fair
what
enough.
you want, Robin, but that doesn't make
Oh,
it right.
I see what you're saying. I'm saying I don't like it.
It's
I'm with you on that. I don't like it either.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate. Love
But
that.
I would like people to know that you can say nuclear, but you are wrong. It is nuclear.
Yeah, that's. I see what
So,
you're saying.
let's all
I
just
will
And you can
try,
say
but I don't think I can bring myself to say it that way because
You can. I even did it. You can learn to accept things as you get older, Robin. I even did it tonight because
Sigil.
as you
God,
said,
that's weird.
you used the word anyways with an S.
I
which,
do.
Which is
It's a
not my
California
favorite thing. But
I know.
I'm mortified that it actually got added to the dictionary because language changes.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And I also don't like it, but I can't help it sometimes. And I do try to speak correctly, right? Like I've told you guys this before, but when I was little, I went to speech therapy. I had a stutter. I So I have a lot of things ingrained in me to like speak correctly and say things correctly, and I try really hard. And a lot of things do like really grind my gears when people say them wrong, like for all intents and purposes, right?
Yeah.
That's the phrase. Anyways, um, but see that one. Anyways, I can't help that. It's a California thing too. Like we also say hella. Like I'm sure you've heard that before. That's
Yeah, but
hella
hella's a
cool.
slang. That's an
Yeah.
accepted
Mhm.
slang.
And
Yeah.
anyways, is like California slang. So that one's just really hard to get rid of. I don't know why. Because I just naturally say it. It's something I say without thinking about. And often I think about everything I say. Like words come out of my mouth and I have to think
Mm-hmm.
about them before I say them because of like speech therapy that I did when I was younger. That's what they would always say. Well, just stop and think before you speak. Like that's all the speech therapy I got when I was a kid was slow down and think about what you're saying before you say it. So like it's just ingrained in me now, and that's how I am, but I can't stop saying anyways. I think it's the
I had a
hardest one for
Yeah, well,
me to
I had
that's
a
stop.
also it's also not the most egregious offense there is. Like that's not that
Yeah.
bad. That's not the
Yeah.
same as that doesn't carry the same
Thanks.
weight of
Thanks.
nuclear or
Yeah, I try.
well,
supposedly.
My dad used to say
I
nuclear.
had
Oh,
most of
Ugh.
my family from the South, so I got
Hmm.
excuses that I can't say anything
Yes.
right.
I
So,
got
yeah,
Yeah.
excuses. I
When
got
I
I
first
priors.
got
met my
excuses.
husband, my husband's family is from Kentucky and Tennessee, so you can imagine what they sound like, right? So when I first met my husband, we were in AIT in the Army, and we were both in the Signal Corps, which if you don't know what that is
Huh?
for all of you civilians, that's like nerds. We did like computer shit, like IT for the Army, basically.
Communications.
Communications, yeah. So my husband,
Toot move
we
communicate.
we like part of
I
our
was Signal Corps
training,
too.
we got to work with a lot of like antennas and things like that, like satellite dishes and stuff, right? So my husband used to say, because he's from his family's from Kentucky and Tennessee, he used to say antenna. Oh my gosh, I used to make fun of
Put
him
up
for
that
it so hard.
OE254 antenna.
And
You're
I
gonna
gave him
hit your
such a
head on the
hard time
cement.
about it. Before we were ever dating, we were just friends. I used to just give him a really hard time about the way he said antenna. And now he doesn't say it that way
You broke him. You
anymore.
broke him. All right.
He
Good
also
job.
holds it against me too. He's like, "Remember antenna?" Oh my
My
gosh, yeah.
when I was a kid, I still a little scared today of the big frog at the ocean that's going to drag us under the water. Boys, you better get away from that water. That undertow's going to
Undertowed.
get you.
Mhm.
The undertowed. Yeah.
The undertowed.
Yeah. People.
Yeah, it was a big frog.
Ay.
Going to drag you under.
I like that one. He also says get, like get
Get.
instead of get. Yeah. Like when he doesn't, he's not so bad about it now. I think he has a pretty neutral accent, all things considered, like how he grew up and how his family sounds. It's actually shocking how little he sounds like them. He has a fairly neutral accent.
Well,
But
put him in a room for a week with his
right.
family.
Yeah.
Watch what
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him
happens,
a
Well, his
week.
right? Since
mom,
he's
you
going to
know,
go south.
his mom lives with us and she has a really, I think, a very strong accent. And he doesn't sound much like her at all. But when he hollers, like if he yells, if he's getting onto our
Oh,
cats, if they're not supposed to be somewhere, it comes out. He's like, "Get down." I can't do it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. It's
the
almost
way
two
yeah,
syllables.
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. The way he says it.
yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, wow, you sound like you're from Kentucky." That's that Kentucky
I
accent.
am from
Yeah.
Kentucky. And it's funny how like a lot of regionalizations will upset me or different dialects, especially in American. So a good example is Phil Simms, that used to be a quarterback from the Giants. He's an egregious offender of this. He says the
Egregious.
word him as if it's spelled apostrophe EEM. Got him.
Oh, got him.
And
Yeah,
I'm
I've heard
okay
that one.
with that if you're from an area and they do that, but he's a fucking broadcaster and it's not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
he's
Maybe is
and
that like a catchphrase for him though? Does he
no,
say it
no,
like all
he
the
would just
time?
say He would just you got to ask him a question. It's always instead of
Eem.
him.
Oh, that's interesting. I've
And
never
like
heard
you know
that
how
one.
Donald Trump doesn't say the letter H in the word huge, right? He says
Yes.
huge.
Huge.
Maybe there's
Yeah.
even a Y there. So
Huge.
it's shit like that you
I can hear it.
Yeah, and what is, there's another one. Listen to Donald Trump. Go to any clip of him where he says the word.
Oh, okay.
No, but let's just listen. If you want to have a good time, drink a beer, have a snack. Listen to any clip of him where he says the word million, and listen to the way he says the word million. I can't repeat it. I can't do it, but it's just fucking wrong. He's got some other different fucking letter in there. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know,
picture it, but I don't listen much
somehow
to
he
Donald
made
Trump.
them. He made a lot of them saying it that way.
Yeah,
So
a lot of
I give
millions.
him-
Yeah.
How else could you say million? I'm trying to like picture it in
I
different.
think he says
Where is he
million.
from?
He's from New York.
Million.
New
He says
York?
millions.
He doesn't sound like he's from New York.
That's because he's lived in
What
Palm
part
Beach a
of
lot.
New York? Yeah,
New York
what
City.
part of New York? New
South
York.
Florida
City.
He's from
dragged
New
some of
York
that out of
City.
it.
Wasn't he born in New York City?
Is that where he
Donald
was
Trump?
raised though?
No, I don't
Because
think
you could
so.
be born there but not get the accent. You get the accent from where you're raised, like where you go to primary
He was born
school,
at Jamaica
elementary
Medical
school.
Center, New York City, New York,
In
and
New York, yeah, he was.
and he lived there his whole life until he moved to Florida.
He doesn't sound like he's from New York.
Well,
if you ask me.
Yeah,
I just can't picture that.
Well, I mean, Robin, do you think I'm lying? I mean, it's right here.
No. I believe you. Like my dad was raised in New Jersey, and
Right.
he would say things that made him sound like that's where he grew up, New Jersey. My mom, however, grew up partially in California and partially in Wisconsin. Like my mom's family lived in Wisconsin for a time. So my mom has a very slight Wisconsin accent. Like she says things like "whoosh, whoosh your clothes." I feel like that's a I know, right?
I can never
Yes.
meet her.
What's your car, eh?
She's not as bad as she used to be, but when I was younger, I do remember her saying shit like that, and it used to drive me crazy. But my mom also does sound like she's partially from California because she like was in California from like high school on. She went to high school in California, so she does have like the California accent like I do. And yeah, wash. That used to drive me crazy. Wash your clothes. I'm gonna go wash the car. Like what? You're gonna do
this
what?
guy that used to be a DM that I played with. I might have even referenced him earlier tonight, like 3 hours ago. But he's in his 70s, and Mike is his name, and he says Washington, right, as a state.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I go,
that's terrible.
I go, why? But this is even worse. Not just him saying it, but this conversation. He goes, I go, why? And I'd known him for years and years and years, and he'd always said it that way. I go, why do you say Washington with an R? And he goes, what do you want me to say, Washington? And I go, oh, so you can say Washington, you just don't. And I go, why is that? And I wasn't being mean to him. I was genuinely curious. And his answer to me was, just to fuck with you. And so I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I went to the guy I joined the army with, Scott, the guy that we joined the army together, and then he quit 2 weeks into basic training. I've told that story. He said he was born and raised here in Spokane, and he said "warsh," and I used to bust his fucking chops every time he said it. I go, "Where did you get that?" And he goes, "I don't know. I just say it that way." And I'm like, "Can you not say it that way?" And he goes, "We'll see."
Yeah, I don't even know where that comes from. I always thought it was like a northern central thing, right? Like Wisconsin, Minnesota.
I think people's brains. So I actually did a little bit of a study because this was 2-3 years ago. I found out about this. I think I went to Google and typed in, why do people mispronounce nuclear? And then what it said was, nuclear is one of the only words that has the letters in those particular combinations that doesn't sound like the fucked up way people say it, because there's a lot of other words, peculiar. Mm-hmm. There's like 5 different words that they all have the way of nuclear. They all sound like that. But nuclear doesn't sound like, and so people's brains are just like, oh, they're all the same, and they're not. And I was like,
it's not even like spelled similarly. Peculiar is spelled P-E-C-U-L-A.
Yeah, but I know. It's just
I-A-R. Yeah.
It's the clear.
So weird.
Because I try to teach people to say it. I go, can you say the word clear? Like you can see through it. It's clear. And they go, yeah, clear. And I go, you can say the word new, like it's brand new. Yeah, new. And I say, so say those two words together. New, clear. And they go, nuclear. And I'm like, you're not even fucking trying.
36 explosive space modulator.
That Earth creature has stolen it.
That's so funny. So crazy.
We didn't quite do 3 hours, but I think it's... Rob, did you pee your pants
close. Yet? No, I know. I really need to pee, though.
All right, well...
I'm not going to... If I cough, I feel like I'm going to pee myself, so...
A person is smart, people are stupid. I would agree with that.
True. Yeah,
I also have always been, even since I was a teenager, perhaps even a single-digit age, I knew that more people were stupid than not. Mm-hmm. So 51% or more people are stupid.
But, in defense of mispronouncing things... When I was a kid, I read a lot, like a lot. I still read a lot. And there were some times where like I had only read a word but never heard it pronounced. Yeah. Words like epitome, right? I did not know how to pronounce them because I had never heard people say these words. So there were lots of times in my life where I would say a word for the first time ever out loud to someone like a teacher or my parents, and they'd be like, "What did you just say?" Epitome. Because I had only ever read this word, right? Like
that's the epitome of hyperbole.
You knew what it meant because you just said it differently. Yeah, I've done that.
Like the number one core memory for me is I had to dial 911 once, and my mom was injured, and I must have been like 6 or 7 years old, and I on 911 dispatch, and like. They asked me like, "Oh, has your mom, taken any medication?" And I was like, "Well, she had an acetaminophen," because I had only ever read this word. Yeah. Tylenol, right? Acetaminophen. Got it. Yes. Some people can't even still pronounce it, but it's pronounced acetaminophen. Yeah. So I said to the 911 dispatcher, acetaminophen, and she was like, "What are you trying to say, sweetie?" Like. I'm like 6 years old on a 911 phone call, which like no 6-year-old should ever have to make.
How many times somebody should have replayed that back? You say,
I know, I'm sure. And I still to this day remember that. I will never forget that. I will never let myself live that down. But I'm 6 years old. How the fuck am I supposed to know how this giant ass word is pronounced?
Most 6-year-olds probably couldn't even put together what you did.
Well,
probably they gave up halfway through.
Probably.
Until I was like, I don't know, probably 7 or 8. I didn't know. I thought "brought to you by" was a word.
Brought to you by.
Like one word.
Oh,
like
I know.
Brought to you by.
I have an embarrassing one. I think I was 25, but before I realized that when you were talking about your stomach having what I thought was hunger pains.
It's pangs.
Right, but I'd never seen it in print.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then I read it, and I was like, is
a
that a misprint?
It feels
and then I looked
bad,
it up, and then I'm
doesn't
like,
it?
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Crazy.
That's
the epitome of hyperbole. Brian Regan has a comedy special. But no, Brian Regan has a comedy special entitled "The Epitome of Hyperbole."
Mm-hmm.
And he even says it in there. It's funny. Brian Regan, guys,
hilarious.
Check it out. All right, I was hoping we might go to 3 hours, but
it's fine.
It's fine.
Wake me up if we make it.
No, we're gonna be done now. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for participating. Thanks for shooting the shit with us. We did give away a prize, so we got that in. Thank you, Robin, for reminding me.
Oh my God, how did I forget? I have a book to read. Let's go.
All right. Good gaming, everyone.